time for Owlz baseball on 960 AM The Zone. The back-to-back Pioneer League champions have teamed up with the #1 sports station in Utah County. A match made in sports heaven. Catch the Owls all season long on 960 AM The Zone. Pre-game starts at 7 p.m. Monday through Saturday and 4 p.m. on Sunday. For a complete game and broadcast schedule, just log on to owlsbaseball.com. Now let's go live to the stadium with Owls broadcaster Brandon Godden.
And here we are, game number 2 of the Pioneer League. Opening second day here, game 2, Lynn Field. The Orem Owls visiting the Ogden Raptors. Another beautiful night, folks. 80 degrees, clear skies. Sun setting briefly here over the Wasatch Range here in Ogden, Utah. And last night, the Owls got the opening night victory with a little help from pitcher Trevor Bell, who went 5 innings, striking out 4, walking 1, and scattering 4 hits, and he was dominant. And we were also helped out by 4 errors on the Ogden defensive side. 4 of the 7 runs by the Owls last night were unearned. And tough luck loser Jesus Castillo for the Raptors, who went 6 innings, struck out 5, gave up only 1 run, but it was unearned in the 4th, and that was the difference for him being the loser. And the Owls went on to get 4 runs in the 7th and take this one 7-5 last night. And we are already ready for action, so as we get going here, we'll go ahead and give you the Hacienda Import starting lineup. Go ahead and tell you right now, as he's stepping into the batter's box, leading off for your Orem Owls is center fielder Peter Bourjos, number 8. He's the right-hander batting on the right side of the batter's box, and pitching for the Ogden Raptors, and now firing the first ball is Josh Wall, and it is in there for called strike number 1. So Peter Bourjos leading off to be followed by Ryan Mount as the second pitch is coming. Swing and a miss. Good fastball there by Wall. Strike number 2. Ryan Mount second. Batting spot shortstop. Batting third, Scott Kanazik, the DH. Cleaning up Chris Pettit in left field to be followed by P.J. Phillips, the third baseman. As the third pitch of the ball game is coming high. Fastball goes over the catcher and umpires heading back to the screen 1-2. Luis Rivera, the right fielder in the 6th slot. The big boy, Gordy Goronkowski, 6'6", down at first base and batting number 7. Tad Brewer, the second baseman in the 8th slot, rounding out the order. Ricky Bambino, the catcher. And that's your Orem Owls lineup. Swing and a miss, strike 3 on a good fastball by Wall. And Bourjos is out of there on strikes. 1 out away in the top of the first. Defensively for the Ogden Raptors, Ryan Rogalski in left, Jeremy Brown at center, Chris Jensen in right. Third to first, Eduardo Perez, Justin Fuller, Michael Rivera getting his first start of the season at second base, and Rick Tolo at first. Behind the plate is John Martin and his battery mate, Josh Wall, who is firing right now to Ryan Mount, the shortstop, batting left-handed, as Wall is throwing from the right side, and his first pitch to Mount is up high, 1-0. Wall gets set, goes from the wide to the 1-0 pitch. This one's hit on a high, lazy fly to right field. Chris Jensen is there, battles the sun, and squeezes it for out number 2. So quickly 2 away. The starting lineup is brought to you by La Hacienda Imports, your one-stop shop for furniture. 858 South State Street. They custom build. They also sell bedroom sets, dining room sets, armoires, and TV centers. You name it, they've got it. Visit them online at LaHaciendaImports.com or stop in on the store at South State and mention this ad for a special discount. That's La Hacienda Imports Furniture. And Kanazik stands in there now, and the first pitch inside, almost hit him, ball 1. So quickly 2 out at the top of the first. Apologize, meant to have more of a pregame show for you. They got started a few minutes early here in Ogden tonight. The second pitch fastball caught the outside corner, and the count even now at 1 apiece. So Wall working quickly, gets the sign from Martin, fires the 1-1. This one's popped down the right side. Rick Below, the first baseman's going to give chase, but that's going to get out of play. And into the picnic area down there on the right field side. 1-2 will be the count. Should Kanazik, the DH, reach, it will be Chris Pettit in the cleanup spot, getting his first start of the season. He came in the 6th inning of last night's ball game and had 1 at bat and a base hit. Daryl Sales got the start yesterday in left field for the Owls, and Pettit getting the start today in the cleanup spot. He's batting from the right side and wearing number 18. The 1-2 pitch from Wall, fastball. Wide, gets all the way to the backstop, count even at 2-2. So 2-2, deuces, roll them. Josh Wall, 6'6", 200, a big boy out there on the mound, and fires the 2-2 pitch, and that one's fouled right down the right side line. First base hitting coach Francisco Matos has to duck as it goes in the bullpen area. And Josh Wall came straight out of high school. He was the second-round pick last year for the Dodgers and played in the Gulf Coast League last year. And the 2-2 pitch. Fastball just a bit outside. Count full now at 3-2 on Scott Kanazik. Kanazik, 6'1", 215 from Brown Mills, New Jersey. He was the 15th round pick in this year's draft for the Angels, and he pops this one foul down the right field line. Is Chris Jensen going to have room? He gives chase. No, it gets out of play, and we'll do it all over again. Kanazik just one of 8 of the 32 on this Orem Owlz roster. Who was this from this year's draft, the 2006 draft, taken in the 15th round. And Tad Brewer, who gets his first start tonight also, from Sturgis, Kentucky, was in this 2006 draft, round number 17, so we'll see him for the first time of the season. The 3-2 pitch coming from Wall. That was inside. Did it hit him? It doesn't matter. He's going down to first base. They're going to say no, it was just a ball. And reaching on for the first first base runner of the ball game is Scott Kanazik for the Orem Owlz. So 2 men out. Chris Pettit coming to the plate, and the Owls trying to get something going with 2 men out. Josh Wall, very good fastball and good breaking stuff. They recruited him for a reason out of high school in the second round, as the first pitch is coming from Pettit, hit sharply to short. Justin Fuller up, flips for Rivera. Second, and the inning comes to a close. They get a walk, but they leave him there. The Owls, nothing after 1. Ogden coming to bat. You're listening to Orem Owlz Baseball on 960 AM The Zone.
When it's time for your next set of tires, do you want the tire with the best warranty in the business? Then you should head to Big O Tires. When it's time for your next pair of Owlz baseball game tickets, do you want free tickets and a chance to win $50,000? Then get to Big O Tires for an entry form and details. No purchase necessary. Big O Tires, Utah's #1 tire store.
A reputation you can ride on. Big O Tires.
And catch your favorite minor league team on the web at MILB.com, where it's fun to be a fan. Get in the game and get live scores, news, standings, schedules, tickets, and more. And suit up in team gear from the MILB Shop, the official online shop of minor league baseball. Join the millions of fans who just can't get enough of the game at MILB.com. There's nothing minor about it. It's where minor league baseball is always on.
Welcome back to Lindquist Field as we head to the bottom of the first inning. The Orem Owlz visiting the Ogden Raptors here in Ogden, Utah for game number 2 of the 2006 season, the Pioneer League. Orem Owlz back-to-back Pioneer League champions. Got off to a good start last night with a 7-5 victory. And trying to make it 2-0 on the season tonight. If they're going to get there, it's going to start off with right-hander Anthony Ortega for the Orem Owlz baseball team. He's a righty, 6'1", 200 pounds from Venezuela. He's a free agent. Signed back in 2003. He's ready, and he's firing the first pitch to Ryan Rogowski, and it's high and outside, 1-0. Behind Rogowski, Justin Fuller, Jeremy Brown batting third, Eduardo Perez, the third baseman, batting cleanup, Rick Chilo in the fifth slot at first base, as Ortega's 1-0 pitch is taken low, 2-0. Chris Jensen in right field, 6. Michael Rivera, second base, batting seventh, John Martin, the catcher, and then Parker Brooks, the designated hitter, rounding out the order for the Ogden Raptors. Ortega looks into Ricky Bambino and fires a 2-0 pitch, and that's a called strike on the outside corner. Rogowski didn't like it, but the count is 2-1. So Ricky Bambino getting his first start behind the plate. As we mentioned, Ortega on the mound, third to first. P.J. Phillips, Ryan mounted short. Tad Brewer at second, and Gordy Gronkowski at first. 2-1 pitch, high and tight, 3-1. From left to right in the outfield, Chris Pettit, Peter Bourjos, the speedy guy in center, and Luis Rivera making his second start in right field. And a 3-1 count here in the bottom of the first on Ryan Rogalski, the left-hander. And the pitch, this one's fouled down the left side. He was late on a fastball, and we'll do it again. The count's 3-2. Those starting lineups were brought to you again by La Hacienda Imports, your one-stop shop for furniture. They're located on South State Street at 858. They custom build, folks. They basically do it all. A great little shop. They sell bedroom sets, dining room sets, armoires, TV centers, you name it. They've got it all. All the furniture. LaHaciendaImports.com. 3-2 pitch fouled off again. This one back to the screen. And we'll again get a new baseball and try it all over. And if you mention this ad at La Hacienda Imports, they will give you a discount on your furniture. Stop in there and buy it today. So the lefty Ryan Rogalski, one of only 3 Ogden Raptor players who was in the starting lineup last night but is also there tonight, as Ortega's pitch is grounded down the right side, but just foul. Would have been trouble if it would have got past Gronkowski, but I think he had all the area inside the white line covered. So 3 straight foul balls, and we're still at a 3-2 count. Rogalski bats left, throws left, 6'2", 207, and he is from Michigan. Livonia, Michigan, played his college ball at the University of Illinois and was drafted as a free agent last year in 2005. Umpire calls time. Rogalski with the back of his left foot in the very back of that batter's box, hovering the chalk as the 3-2 pitch comes, and this one's hit right back up the box on 2 bounces, a base hit. And Ogden didn't get their first hit last night until the 4th inning off of Trevor Bell. Tonight, Ryan Rogalski starts things off with a leadoff single, and he stands at first base. And Justin Fuller, the shortstop, will come in there now and try and keep a little rally going for Ogden here in the bottom of the first. The Owls went 1-2 with a walk, and then third out made by Chris Pettit in the top half. Ortega looks in at catcher Bambino. Bambino gives a sign. They agree. He checks Rogalski at first and fires home. That fastball missed a little high, 1-0. Ortega, a very, very dominant pitcher. He's had a good minor league career so far. He led the Dominican League with a .86 ERA in over 94 innings pitched just last year. So definitely a lot of powerful stuff from Ortega. He's got a live fastball that reaches up to 95. That one catches the corner, and the count goes even at 1-1. He started this season at Single-A Rancho for the Anaheim Angels. Had an ingrown hair on the inside of his thigh that got infected, and it put him out for a few weeks, and so they sent him down here. So we don't know how long we're going to have him. We'd like to have him, obviously, as long as we can. As he fires the 1-1 pitch, that's inside and gets by Bambino. Is going to give Rogalski a chance to go down to second base. I think they'll probably score that one a wild pitch. That was a tough one for Bambino to get. In fact, it almost hit Fuller, but it got all the way to the backstop. So now we've got Rogalski standing at second base and nobody out. And so they've already got a runner in scoring position. Another good crowd here on hand in Ogden. Last night was 5,000 sellout, standing room only. And another good crowd here tonight. Not sure how many we have, but very few seats open. Runner leads off second now, the 2-1 pitch, and this one pitched sharply to short. Ryan Mount picks it up, and he's got Rogalski in a rundown in between second and third. Now they got him, and they tagged him out as Rogalski plows over Thad Brewer at second base, who applied the tag. A heads-up play there by Ryan Mount, and the Owls get out of some trouble and now only have a runner at first and one man out. So Ryan Mount fielded the ground ball, and a bad job of base running there by Rogalski. He immediately headed to third, and he should have held up to see where that ball was going. And Mount picked it up, saw Rogalski's hesitation, charged right at him, threw it to third baseman P.J. Phillips, who tossed it to Tad Brewer. Rogalski tried to hustle back into second, but Brewer applied the tag, and there is one man away now, and Fuller stands at first base. So a good break there for the Owls, and a nice job by Ryan Mount. Jeremy Brown stands in now. Ortega's first fastball fouled back to the screen, 0-1. And a costly early base running error by Ryan Rogalski. And the Owls will take it. Ryan Mount played down at Low Rookie Mesa last year. This is his first season in Orem. but a very, very good shortstop. Great fielder. Ortega now checks Fuller at first and fires back, and that one almost got by the first baseman Gronkowski. Hits off the runner Fuller's leg and then pops back in the infield towards the pitcher Ortega. So lucky there that didn't get by him, or Fuller would have been at second and maybe third. Jeremy Brown, the center fielder. Eduardo Perez behind him, the third baseman, with a lot of power, the left-hander on deck. But Brown's got power too, the center fielder, and this pitch to him is fouled. A little late on the fastball, back up over our heads, and the count will go to 0-2. Besides a good fastball, Ortega has a good slider and curve, along with a solid change. Coach Zeke Zimmerman just could not say enough good things about his right-hander starter tonight. Checks Fuller at first as Ortega. Now he comes home to Bambino. Breaking ball, missed. A little high at inside. 1-2. Bottom of the first from Lindquist Field in Ogden, Utah. Game number 2. Same two teams tomorrow night, but we're heading south for Orem's home opener. The Owls come visit us at the ballpark there at UVSC. Game time, same time, 7:05. We'll go on the air at 7. The 1-2 pitch from Ortega, swing and a miss on a good breaking ball. They got Brown swinging, 2 men out. And a great pitch there by Ortega, who caught Brown off guard. I think Brown was looking fastball. And he's down on strikes, 2 men out in the bottom of the first. And now the big left-hander, Eduardo Perez, stands in there. Perez, 6'1", 210 from Venezuela. And he played at Columbus for the Dodgers last season. As the first pitch coming in from Ortega, fastball misses low and outside. 1-0 behind Perez is Rick Taloa, another player who started last night, one of the 3 for these Ogden Raptors. But 6 new players in the lineup for them tonight. Coach Tom Kochman of the Owls sending 3 new faces out there. The 1-0 pitch. And that one's low, hits the plate, 2-0. The 2 men out, runner at first. The runner's Justin Fuller. It's one thing you'll see pretty early on at this level, trying to shift the players in and out, get them as equal a playing time as possible. Checks the runner back at first, nothing doing. And then as the season gets along, of course, you'll get a lot of player transaction, players going up, players going down. But trying to give all these kids a shot and sort to see who has the potential to make it to the higher level and then eventually to the show in the major leagues. The 2-0 pitch, fastball inside, and 3-0. Perez had to back up to not be hit by the pitch by Ortega. So Ortega not having the best of control here in the first, but he does have 2 men out and just a runner at first, so we'll see if he can get out of this one. Checks the runner at first, gets the sign, and fires from the stretch. And going to say that one's low, does Jason Bursty, the home plate umpire, and he walked him on 4 straight. So Perez now stands at first, Fuller down at second, and the batters only get bigger. Rick Taloa stands in there now, 6'4", 275. He is from the home of the Angels in Anaheim. And he played for Ogden last year. He was the 35th round pick for the Dodgers in 2005. And he's batting from the right side, a righty-righty matchup. Fuller off first. Fuller off second, Perez off first. Ortega checks and now fires home. This one's grounded to third. On 2 hops, good play by Phillips. He's going to have to hurry across the diamond, and he gets a slow runner and Taloa to in the inning. Get a good job of Ortega to recover and get out of it. A nice play there by P.J. Phillips as that one ate him up in the chest, fired across the diamond. 5-3 on the putout, and the Owls get out of it. We played 1 inning of baseball. We're scoreless. You're listening to 960 AM, The Zone.
The United States Air Force salutes the athletes competing in today's game. They know in sports, like in life, you have to step up to the challenge to succeed. If you have high aspirations and want to be part of another champion team, join the United States Air Force. You'll receive training in a variety of fields and become part of an elite group of men and women dedicated to the service of this great country. Call 1-800-423-USAF or log on to airforce.com. The United States Air Force. Cross into the blue.
Employers and employees are looking for the same thing, a good match. Adecco Employment Services provides qualified job applicants to businesses throughout the area. Our consultants match the best candidates to the best companies, saving both time and money. So whether you're looking for a great career or a great employee, call Adecco, the world's staffing leader. Find us in your yellow pages or give us a call at 801-764-9882. Adecco Employment Services. Chances are we already have the opening or the employee you're looking for. Thinking of adding that special touch to your yard? Something that will make a dramatic statement and add countless years of enjoyment? Then contact Awesome Waterfalls. Our craftsmen specialize in high-quality recreated rockwork and landscape designs of all shapes and sizes. While we're well known for our stunning waterfalls, we also remove pools, install vinyl and chain link fencing, sell topsoil, install sprinklers, and more, providing complete landscaping services for 20 years. Find out more at awesomewaterfalls.com.
We are back top of inning number 2, and first pitch broken bat into right center field. Little flare going to get down for a base hit. Good start to the top of the second for P.J. Phillips and the Orem Owls. Give him a base hit, and he'll stand at first. So P.J. Phillips' first pitch fastball coming in from Josh Wall, and he sawed off the bat in two pieces, but it got over the second baseman's Michael Rivera's head and into right center field, and we'll take it. A runner at first and a base hit by P.J. Phillips. Luis Rivera will be the batter, the right fielder for the Owls, followed by Gordy Gronkowski, the first baseman, Tad Brewer, the second baseman, and Ricky Bambino, the catcher, rounding out this Orem Owls order to face Josh Wall. So Wall looks at his catcher, Martin. Martin ready, checks back to first. Pretty close play, but diving back in time is P.J. Phillips. Phillips, as we mentioned last night, was the Atlanta Journal-Constitution Georgia State Player of the Year his senior year of high school. Batted .478 with 41 RBIs and 8 home runs. The first pitch home to Rivera is a called strike 0-1. Rivera played his last 2 years at Low Rookie Mesa. Last year he hit .280 in 42 games with 9 doubles and 15 RBIs before being moved up to Orem this year. The 0-1 pitch to him. Breaking ball outside in the dirt. Good stop there by catcher John Martin. Count even now at 1-1. Martin keeping that one from going by him and allowing Phillips to reach second base. Carlos Madero was behind the plate last night for the Ogden Raptors for the first start of the season. Runner going, the snap throw out of second. Did they get him? Yes, they did. Josh Wall threw the fastball that missed a little bit outside, and John Martin popped up quick, threw a great strike down to second. The tag was applied by Justin Fuller, and they got Phillips by about, I'd say a foot, sliding in hand first. So, one man down now, erased the runner off the bag, and now Luis Rivera has 2 balls and 1 strike. And the pitch, this one's foul down the right side into a picnic area, 2-2. Again, the wall here, if you've never been to the stadium, Lindquist Field in Ogden, very tall. The fence is 335 down the lines, but the wall is 15 feet tall for most of the fence, and then in right center all the way to center field from 373 to 387, the wall juts up to 24 feet and actually comes in for a little bit in right center field. And it's 350 out there at the shortest point for the high wall. And the pitch coming, breaking ball hit towards second. Rivera gobbles it up on 2 hops, fires over to Tolo at first, and now they're 2 away. So after a leadoff hit by P.J. Phillips, he gets caught stealing, and Luis Rivera grounds to second. And just like that, 2 men out and nobody on, and Josh Wall looking good here in the top of the second. Right-hander first baseman Gordy Gronkowski stepping into the plate now. And the first pitch. Fastball missed outside. Gronkowski from Buffalo, New York. Mentioned he's a very big kid, 6'6", 250. And in the 49th round, the Anaheim Angels took him this year. He watches a fastball go right down Broadway. Evening the count at 1-1. And here comes the 1-1 pitch. Breaking ball inside. Wall lost control of it. It almost hit Gronkowski. And it's ball 2-1. Wall from the line, and the 2-1 pitch. This one's popped to the right side. Who wants it? Three players are going to converge on it. The right fielder, Chris Jensen's going to call it and squeeze it right on the foul line. And the inning comes to a close. So a hit, a caught stealing, and then Rivera and Gronkowski retired. Nothing doing for the Owls in the top of the second. You're listening to Owls Baseball on 960 AM The Zone.
Thinking of adding that special touch to your yard? Something that will make a dramatic statement and add countless years of enjoyment? Then contact Awesome Waterfalls. Our craftsmen specialize in high-quality recreated rockwork and landscape designs of all shapes and sizes. While we're well known for our stunning waterfalls, we also remove pools, install vinyl and chain link fencing, sell topsoil, install sprinklers, and more, providing complete landscaping services for 20 years. Find out more at awesomewaterfalls.com.
Today, more and more people are insuring their homes with us through Auto Owners Insurance. We'll provide low-cost quality protection, claim service that is second to none. And if you insure both your home and car through Auto Owners Insurance, you'll qualify for additional premium discounts.
For a free comparison, contact Bailing Insurance Agency, located on the corner of Utah Avenue and Main Street in Payson. That's Bailing Insurance Agency, Payson's hometown agency for over 30 years.
When it's time for your next set of tires, do you want the tire with the best warranty in the business? Then you should head to Big O Tires. When it's time for your next pair of Owlz baseball game tickets, do you want free tickets and a chance to win $50,000? Then get to Big O Tires for an entry form and details. No purchase necessary. Big O Tires, Utah's #1 tire store.
A reputation you can ride on. Big O Tires.
Chris Jensen, Michael Rivera, and John Martin, the three batters, two up here to face right-hander Anthony Ortega for the Orem Owls. All goose eggs through the first three frames. Orem and the Ogden Raptors here, game number 2 of this season. And Ortega is ready to start the bottom of the second. His first pitch to Chris Jensen is a fastball outside. Jensen taking 1-0. Jensen, the right fielder from San Diego, California. Second pitch low and outside as well, 2-0. Chris Jensen, 6'2", 190. He was drafted this year, 2006, by the Dodgers in the 22nd round. He is a left-handed batter from UCLA. The 2-0 pitch. Strike 2-1. Good pitch by Ortega. Jensen taking on 2-0. He's from UCLA. You'll see so many of these players and the professionals from those warm weather states. The 2-1 pitch fouled back to the screen, 2-2. That might have caught home plate umpire Jason Birdsey on the shin as it was fouled back, but he seems to be all right. Count even at 2-2. So many of these players coming from the warm weather states because that's usually where they travel to college. If you think of all the dominant college baseball teams, the 2-2 fastball that Ortega squeezes too hard and hits the dirt out in front of the plate and bounces up and hits Bambino in the chest, count full. Think of all the dominant college clubs, for the most part, are down in the Carolinas and Texas and Florida and California. So 3-2 pitch. This is a bouncing ball on 2 hops. Good play by Tad Brewer, who fires it over to Gordy Gronkowski, and there is one away. Chris Jensen is retired as the first out in the bottom of inning number 2. 4-3. You have absolutely nothing better to do with your Wednesday night. You're scoring with us at home. And a reminder, tomorrow night, same two teams, again, back at home. Orem Owls home opener. A few tickets still available. Great pregame festivities, promotions all throughout the game, and then fireworks afterwards. The first pitch is a strike. In there to Michael Rivera, the second baseman. You can get your tickets at the box office at the stadium at UVSC on our website, oremowls.com, or any Smith Tips location. This one's fouled down the right side, and Ortega is ahead of Michael Rivera, 0-2. Rivera, the second baseman. He came in and pinch ran last night. He's a fast guy from the University of Tennessee. Hometown down in Miami, Florida. And he was the 17th round pick for the Dodgers this year in the draft. Ortega gets up in the wide to the pitch, and this one's fouled back our way off the screen. 0-2 still, and we'll do it again. On deck again is John Martin, the catcher, making his first start of the season for the Ogden Raptors after Madero got the call last night. Ortega ready with a new baseball. The wide of the pitch breaking ball. Got him swinging, and that was nasty. That one broke about 6 inches. Started out in the middle of the plate. Looked like it might even be coming in on Rivera, and then broke towards the outside. Rivera made a weak swing at it, and he goes down on strikes. Ortega's second strikeout of the evening. And the right-handed catcher, John Martin, stands in there now. If he should reach, Parker Brooks rounds out the Ogden Raptors order as a designated hitter. Ortega fires fastball right down Broadway. Martin takes it looking 0-1. Steps out, adjusts his batting gloves, puts the right foot in, left foot back in. Couple bat nods towards Ortega. Ortega gets the sign, and we're ready. The 0-1 pitch. Fastball again. He squeezed that one too hard, and that hit about 2 feet out in front of the plate and bounced past Bambino. Count even now at 1-1. So it seems like when Ortega is throwing strikes, they're right down in the middle or catching the corners nicely, but when he's throwing the balls, sometimes he's missing pretty badly here tonight. The 1-1 pitch swung on and missed. Martin was very late on the Ortega fastball, and the count is now 1-2. And Zeke Zimmerman did say that Ortega has a tendency to do that with his fastball, and we mentioned that with Trevor Bell last night. Sometimes you'll see these guys, whether it's nerves or excitement or whatever, get a little too hard of a grip on that fastball and fire it, and it'll land in front of the plate. That's a breaking ball that missed outside. The count even now at 2-2 as Bambino's toss back to the mound to Ortega goes over the head and into center field. So the count even at 2-2 in the bottom of the second from Lindquist Field. The Owlz visiting the Ogden Raptors. And this is a heated rivalry if you know anything about the Pioneer League and this Utah-Wasatch front. These two, not the best of friends. The Owls got the best of them last night. The 2-2 pitch. This one's grounded weakly to second. Going to be gobbled up by Brewer and fired to Gronkowski. And Ortega has worked a 1-2-3 second inning. 4 goose eggs on the board, folks. We play 2. We're scoreless. Owls baseball, 960 AM The Zone.
In baseball, it takes a line drive straight up the middle to bring the runner home. If your car is having trouble driving a straight line or difficulty bringing you home, call Jack's Tire and Oil. They specialize in wheel alignments, balancing tires, oil changes, lube jobs, tune-ups, and more. To schedule an appointment, call 225-7207. Their 50-plus years in business means you're guaranteed old-fashioned service with a smile. That's Jack's Tire and Oil on North State Street in Orem.
If the gang's coming over for the big game, they're going to be hungry. You better make sure you have plenty of great pizza on hand. You better stop by Nicole Italia Pizzeria. At Nicole Italia, every pizza is handmade with the finest and freshest ingredients. It's real East Coast style pizza, made from Italian family recipes handed down throughout the generations. Look for the money-saving coupons in the deck's yellow pages. Nicole Italia Pizza, the authentic taste of Italy, right here in Provo, at 2295 North University Parkway, next to Pudding on the Right.
Pioneer Radio and Sports would like to thank the following businesses who are committed to customer service.
This Owlz broadcast is brought to you in part by Western States Insurance Agency. Our customers are first class, just like our service. By the United States Air Force, crossed into the blue. By Same Day Electric, service today or you don't pay. By Nicole Italia Pizzeria, homemade Boston Italian style. And by Awesome Waterfall, complete landscaping services for 20 years.
We built this city. We built this city on rock and roll. We built this city. We built this city on rock and roll.
Oh, we built this city on rock and roll. Great song as we head to the top of the third inning. And Tad Brewer, the right-hander, second baseman, leading it off to the Owls. Josh Wall's first pitch from the Ogden Raptors is fastball strike taken by Brewer over the outside corner. I want to thank Ty Stark, working for us back at the studio in Salt Lake City. He's doing the board operating. And the 0-1 pitch is a fastball that misses low, 1-1. Josh Wall working quickly, gets the sign from Martin, goes from the line. That fastball high and tight. Almost hit Brewer on the shoulder, but 2-1. On deck, catcher Ricky Bambino. And yes, his last name is Bambino before we head back up to the top, and Peter Bourjos. The 1 pitch called strike 2 and 2, and we're even on Brewer here to lead off the top of the third, scoreless from Lindquist Field in Ogden, Utah. Large crowd on here at the beautiful park as the 2-2 is coming, and this one is swung on and barely foul tipped. It's off the plate and heads into foul territory. 2-2 will do it all over again. Mentioned yesterday that BaseballParks.com voted this the number 1 scenic park in minor league baseball, which is definitely saying something. But this park deserves it with these mountains in the background and a beautiful stadium and a great job that the field crew does. It is gorgeous. The 2-2 pitch swung on and hit right back to the mound. Wall stabs it, fires it to low at first, and there is one man away, and Ricky Bambino stepping up to the plate.
I'm the great Bambino. Who's that?
Yeah, Bambino, the catcher, number 25. Before we head back up to the top of the order, and Peter Bourjos, he's getting his first start on the season, and the pitch. Fastball caught the outside corner, 0-1. Bambino, 6'4", 215 from Redding, California. As he hits this one, a high chopper that gets over the mound. They're going to have to hurry to get him. Rivera fields it, fires wide to the first baseman, Chiloa, and Bambino's going to head to second. The catcher's going to fire down. They're going to get him. He is out at second. He made a wide turn at first after the wild throw got by Chiloa. But credit the catcher, John Martin, with an outstanding play. He did what he was supposed to do, and he followed that all the way down to first base. And when the throw went wide, Martin was there to field it quickly and fire down to Justin Fuller at second base, who applied the tag for out number 2. So an error by the second baseman, Rivera, on the throw, as Peter Bourjos is now in there, and he takes strike 1. It looks like we may have a base runner at second, but John Martin had other plans. 2 men away. And the pitch squares the bunt, pulls it back as the ball is outside, even now at 1-1. Brewer hit that on a high chop that got over Josh Wall's head on the mound. Rivera did a great job of charging quickly and picking it up on an awkward hop, but he tried to double clutch and fire quickly and threw it wide to Slow, and this one's hit high down the left field line, a lazy fly that could get out of play. Rogalski giving chase, makes a diving catch. No, he didn't catch it. I thought he caught it on the track there in front of the fence in foul territory down the left side. He made a foot-first slide going into the fence, hit off his glove and must have popped out. My view was blocked by the bullpen members of the Ogden Raptors squad. And the count is now 1-2 on Peter Bourjos of the Orem Owlz, who struck out back in the first. Ryan Mount, the shortstop, is standing on deck. And should Bourjos reach, he will be next. Doggy Dogs and Raptor, the mascot here, entertaining the fans along the first base side. As the 1-2 pitch comes in, that fastball misses high by Josh Wall. The count even at 2-2. We mentioned Wall was the second pick of the second round for Los Angeles last season. He signed a $480,000 bonus, as his 2-2 is low and in the dirt. And the count now goes full on Peter Bourjos, 3-2. But he's a 6'6" right-hander, big kid, and they liked his velocity on his fastball coming out of high school. He went 1-3 with a 3.86 ERA in limited action last year in the Gulf Coast League for the Dodgers. And now he's with these Raptors, and his 3-2 pitch is hit a mile high. If anybody's going to have it, it's going to be the catcher, John Martin, and may get out of play. He's back towards the screen and does a nice job of feeling out the fence and making the catch, and the inning comes to a close. So Bourjos with a mile-high pop out in foul territory. Good play by Martin. And the Owls are empty-handed once again. We've played 2.5 scoreless. You're listening to 960 AM, The Zone.
When it comes to firearms, bearing arms is your right. Gun safety is your responsibility. Never fire rounds into the air for any occasion. Store your firearms out of the reach of children, and always use trigger-locking devices and gun safes. A community service reminder from Sportsman's Warehouse, where they offer a complete line of quality hunting, fishing, and camping supplies. Visit them on South University Avenue in Provo, or see them online at sportsmanswarehouse.com. Sportsman's Warehouse, America's premier outfitter.
Barber Brothers Mitsubishi in Orem offers the finest new and pre-owned vehicles at unbeatable prices. If you want to roam over the Wasatch Front with power and style, you can choose from the Outlander, Montero, or the Endeavor, 3 sporty and roomy SUVs. Or how about a convertible for the hot Orem summer? The new 2006 Eclipse Spider is the top of the heap in style, class, and luxury. To get away from the ordinary, stop by and at least test drive a Barber Brothers Mitsubishi today. Barber Brothers, West University in Orem.
Welcome back as we head to the bottom of the third. We're taking just a 60-second break so that we can give you a Lighting Up the Pioneer League scoreboard update brought to you by Same Day Electric. Same Day Electric sponsoring this of the Major League Baseball scoreboard update for us all season long. And Orem and Ogden, of course, here tied all goose eggs headed to the bottom of the third. Great Falls and Billings with early on in the second inning, Billings grabbing a 2-1 lead there. Idaho Falls trailing Casper 3-0 as Casper got 3 in the bottom of the first. And Helena and Missoula still in the bottom of the first at 0 apiece. First pitch from Ortega here in the bottom of the third is fouled off by Peter Brooks, the ninth hitter, but designated hitter for these Ogden Raptors. Same Day Electric is proud to support Owlz baseball. Their skilled technicians are professionally trained, background checked, and yes, even drug tested. The 0-1 pitch coming a little low, 1-1. Call 377-SAME or visit SameDayElectric.com. Same Day Electric. And lighting up the Pioneer League scoreboard update. So Ortega looks in. Brooks batting left-hander, a righty-lefty matchup, the 1-1 coming. A little low and inside on the breaking pitch, 2-1. Brooks stands back in there, does the left-hander. Ortega's pitch is hit back up the middle. Now it's going to go and dive, as does Tad Brewer, the middle infielders, to try and make a play on it, but it skips into center field to Peter Bourjos. And a leadoff hit. Just like in the first inning, Ryan Rogowski led things off with a single up the box, and here in the third, Parker Brooks has a single up the middle, and he will be at first base, as Ryan Rogowski will have his second at-bat of the evening. Rogowski again played college ball at Illinois. He is also a left-hander. A few more lefties in the lineup today to face the righty Ortega. Of course, Trevor Bell was a righty yesterday. And that was a predominantly righty order, but didn't work for the Ogden Raptors as the Owlz hurler closed them down in 5 innings. The bullpen had a little bit of trouble, but good enough for the Owlz to get a victory. And Rogowski calls time and steps out as the count is 1-0 on him. And Justin Fuller, the shortstop, on deck. So Ortega has to check the runner at first, and he goes from the stretch of the pitch, a fastball that it catches the corner. Bambino holds it there to see if Jason Bertsey wants to change his call, but he doesn't. A little bit too far inside, 2-0. So starting out much like it did last night. The first 5 frames were scoreless and just dominant pitching performances before the Owls broke through with an unearned run in the top of the fourth. And that pitch is a little low, 3-0. And it was a very, very tough luck loser was Jesus Castillo last night. Pitched 6 beautiful innings, striking out 5. But that one unearned run gave him the loss that the Owls scratched across in the top of the fourth on a throwing error. The 3-0 pitch coming from Ortega. That fastball misses way up high. Bambino has to come out of the crouch to grab it. And that is the second walk of the game administered by Ortega. And Parker Brooks moves to second, Rogowski to first, and the Raptors have something going here in the bottom of inning number 3 with nobody out. And here comes Justin Fuller, yet another lefty, number 26. The Raptors sporting their white home uniforms with a blue trim, and the visiting Owls with the vest-like gray jerseys and pants, and the red lettering. Ortega checks both of his runners and comes home, scores the bunt, does Fuller, and he pulls back as that pitch goes too far inside, 1-0. In fact, it was breaking towards the heat inside, and it almost hit Fuller's left foot in the back of the box, but he got it out of there in time, and the count goes to 1-0, and we mentioned Ortega, when he's been missing sometimes on some of these pitches, he's been missing badly. That was another case in point there. The 1-0 pitch. He squares the bunt again. He lays it down perfectly. Ortega's going to field it. His only play is to first, and he got it. Gronkowski covering first, and there is one man away. They'll call it a sack bunt for Fuller, and he did his job, putting in runners in scoring position, and Ortega's going to need a good performance to get out of this one without any damage. Center fielder Jeremy Brown coming to the plate. Jeremy Brown from Little Rock, Arkansas. Drafted back in 2004 in the 37th round. 6'1", 200 pounds. Somehow all these guys lift 200. Some of them don't look 200. Looks a little bit lighter than that. First pitch coming in. Swing and a miss. Good breaking ball by Ortega. 0-1 on Brown. The right-hander stands back in. Points the bat and waits for Ortega to get the sign that he likes. Runners lead off second and third. Ortega bears the runners down before coming home. Another breaking ball and another swing and a miss by Brown. 0-2. This would be a big strikeout here. You can get him here and have two men out and have a chance to face Perez to get out of the inning. But he's going to need one more strike if he's going to do it. One man out, the bottom of inning number 3. We're scoreless from Lindquist Field. Come on, Ortega, let's get him here. The 0-2 pitch. Breaking ball, tried to get him to go at it again. He didn't, laid off. It went in the dirt, 1-2. And a good stop by Bambino. Catchers oftentimes don't get enough credit for stopping balls like that could easily get by. I've never been a catcher, but I've watched quite a bit of practice up close with these hard-throwing pitchers and the breaking stuff that they throw and just how hard it is to get in front of those balls and block them to keep them from going to the backstop. The 1-2 pitch from Ortega, another breaking ball. This one outside, another good stop by Bambino, and now the count is even at 2-2. And a new baseball for Anthony Ortega. Anthony Ortega, one of the 4 players on the Owlz squad who does not speak any English. Makes it a little tough for the broadcaster for a pregame interview. Trying to pick up a little Spanish here and there, so I'd like to at least communicate with them on a lower level. As Ortega checks his runners and now comes home. The 2-2 fastball missed upstairs, so after being ahead of him 0-2, Brown has worked it full. And if he walks him, Eduardo Perez looms on deck. The third baseman cleanup hitter. Of course, the walk is not the worst thing here. It sets up a double play. But at the same time, when you're ahead on a guy 0-2, you want to try and get out of it. Here we go. Ortega sets, fires a 3-2 swing and a miss. Great breaking ball. So he swung at all 3 of the breaking balls, and he missed at all of them. Call that the 3rd strikeout of the night for Anthony Ortega, and now 2 men away, and he's one batter from getting out of this mess. This inning will be extended. Will be by the third baseman, the left-hander, number 17, Eduardo Perez. As we mentioned, these 3, 4, 5 hitters, all big kids, and they just keep getting bigger. And the left-hander Perez, who's listed at 210, and again played at Columbus a little bit last year in the Dodgers organization. And he is from Venezuela, free agent, signed back in 2003. 2 men out, runners on second and third, bottom of the third. Anthony Ortega fires, swing and a miss. Perez caught off guard on a breaking ball, and 0-1 is the count. Should he get on? Rick Taloa's behind him. Ortega checks the runners on second and third. And fires home. Fastball high and tight. We talked a little bit yesterday about how the shadows are a little funky for the pitcher and the hitter. The pitcher is in the sun for most of the evening before it sets. And because of the way the stadium and the backdrop is set, the catcher is actually in the shade. Or the catcher, the umpire, and the batter are actually in the shade as the 1-1 pitch is coming. Fastball that gets by Bambino. The runner's going to come home. We could have a play at the plate. It's thrown. The tag is late. And Parker Brooks slides ahead of it. The ball didn't get too far away from Bambino. He tried to squeeze the high and inside fastball, and it squirted away. Parker Brooks down at third with a pretty good lead, was coming full force. Ortega came home to cover, but was late applying the tag on Parker Brooks. And the first run of the evening is on the board, and it is 1-0 Ogden. So a bad break there. Probably going to call that one a pass ball. 2 outs, but now he's got to deal with the runner on third. The 2-1 pitch. That one's low to Perez. 3-1. See if he can get out of this with any more damage than just the 1 run. A bad break there for the Owls. Ortega setting to recover. Bambino gives him the sign. He likes it. The 3-1 coming home. Caught the outside corner. Perez didn't think so. He was ready to flip the bat and head down to first base. Bert C. calls him back and says, nope, that fastball caught the outside corner. Full at 3-2 with 2 men out. Rogowski still standing down at third base, hoping to make it 2-0 Ogden. This ball is hit towards Gronkowski, who takes it on 2 hops, flips to Ortega, who covers first base, and a nice play. Ortega frustratingly throws the ball down on the mound. As he heads back to the dugout, he was upset that he gave up the 1 run. So Ogden does strike first, but they leave a runner at third base. 1-0 after 3. You're listening to Owlz Baseball on 960 AM, The Zone.
Barber Brothers Mitsubishi and Orem offers the finest new and pre-owned vehicles at unbeatable prices. If you want to roam over the Wasatch Front with power and style, you can choose from the Outlander, Montero, or the Endeavor, 3 sporty and roomy SUVs. Or how about a convertible for the hot Orem summer? The new 2006 Eclipse Spider is the top of the heap in style, class, and luxury. To get away from the ordinary, stop by and at least test drive a Barber Brothers Mitsubishi today. Barber Brothers, West University in Orem.
Jake Burns here for Utah Community Credit Union.
Jake, what are you doing?
Well, Deb, it's UCCU's 50th anniversary, and I want to let people know we're celebrating.
But when you're home, could you tone it down a little bit?
I can't tone down the excitement for UCCU's special rate on auto and home equity loans.
I know you're excited.
Did you know that UCCU is offering a fixed-rate auto loan as low as 5.95%?
Yes, it's just that while we're eating.
Or a fixed home equity loan also as low as 5.95%?
Can't we eat dinner without all the...
loans as low as 5.95%, and no closing fees. Deb, no fees.
But didn't you...
But you have to ask now. Rates are going up July 1st.
Jake, where are you going?
I'm calling UCCU right now to lock in this fabulous rate.
But didn't you call them this morning and last night?
Baby.
Give Utah Community Credit Union a call right now at 223-8188 to sign up and lock in this special low rate. That's 223-8188. Available on approved credit. Equal housing lender, member NCUA. If you live, work, or attend school in Utah, Wasatch, or Juab County, you can join. Utah Community Credit Union. What does it mean to you?
Welcome back to Lindquist Field in Ogden. The Raptors striking first in the bottom of the third, leading at 1-0 as we get set to the top of inning number 4. Josh Wall already firing the first pitch in there to shortstop Ryan Mount for the Owls, and it is high for ball 1. Second pitch coming. That one's low and inside. 2-0 quickly on Ryan Mount here to lead off the top of inning number 4. It'll be Mount, Kanazik, and Pettit for the Orem Owls. Right-hander Wall working quickly. He goes from the wide to the 2-0 pitch. This one's hit towards second. Pretty weak. Up with it is Rivera. Fires over to Taloa. 1 away here in the top of inning number 4. Four-3 on the put-up. And 1 away, and Scott Kanazik, the DH, in the third slot for the Owls, will stand in there now. Kanazik, as we mentioned, was the 15th round draft pick for the Angels in this year's draft, 2006, just a couple of weeks ago. And these two draft picks haven't been out here long as the first pitch is coming from Kanazik. This one also going to Rivera on 2 hops. He fields it, fires it cleanly, and 2 men are away. 4-3, 4-3 on the first 2 putouts. Here in the top of the 4th for the Owls. But these players, a lot of them finished college ball their senior year, and if they were in the postseason, like reliever Aaron Cook here, just got done about a week ago after being drafted 2 weeks ago, and it's such a rush for them. They hop on a plane and fly to Arizona, the Angels training facility, and find out where they're going to be dished, whether it's Low Rookie Mesa or Orem or somewhere else. They get thrown together and start 2 days later. First pitch coming, that's a fastball that misses outside from Wall, 1-0. Should Pettit reach P.J. Phillips to follow. And the pitch coming, fastball, caught the outside corner. Even now at 1-1 on Pettit. Pettit, we mentioned, didn't get the start yesterday, but came into the ballgame to play left field for Darryl Sales. 1-1 coming, that one's low and away, 2-1. But getting his first minor league start here tonight. Talking with Coach Tom Kochman before the game, obviously he's in the cleanup hitting spot for a reason. A lot of power from the right side generated by Pettit. Wall's 2-1 pitch, fastball misses low and away, 3-1. Owlz trying to get something going. 2 men out, nobody on. They need a base runner. The 3-1 swing and a miss, 3-2. So it was the Owlz who struck first last night in the top of inning number 4 to make it 1-0. Tonight the first five frames were scoreless before the Raptors struck in the bottom of the last inning number 3, making it 1-0 on a pass ball. And 3-2 a little bit too far outside. We'll take it. It's ball 4. Pettit heads down to first with a walk. Home plate umpire Bert C. hesitated, almost called it a strike. A few fans here in Ogden at Lindquist didn't like it. But Pettit strolls down to first, and we got a runner on with 2 men away. And the batter will be the right-hander P.J. Phillips, the third baseman for the Owlz. So Wall, with a runner on first, switches from the wind and goes to the stretch. He checks the runner and fires home. Fouled back over our head, and Tyler hit us with a Glass Savers comic relief.
The Duke leads the league in saves, strikeouts per inning, and hit batsmen. This guy threw at his own kid in a father-son game.
Pettit leads off first. And the pitch coming, runner going, hit and run, shortstop, fields it, fires it. Oh, he got him at second base, sorry. The ball was hit to Fuller at short, and I thought he was going to fire it across the diamond to Tolo at first. Instead, he took the risky out and stepped on second base and barely beat a sliding Pettit to end the inning. So they get a runner on first at the walk, but nothing doing for the Owlz in the top of inning number 4. We played 3.5, Ogden 1, Orem nothing. You're listening to Owlz Baseball on 960 AM, The Zone.
Time to stop the new car madness. No need to buy a new one. Take care of the car you have. Bring it to AMCO today and get a transmission fluid change for a special price of $49.95. We'll also give you our external diagnostic service free. Love the car you're with. Call 1-800-GO-AMCO.
Participating centers only, not available for vehicles with internal transmission problems. External diagnostic service includes road test, fluid, and external control check. Additional charges may apply to determine costs of internal repair required. $49.95 most vehicles. Expires December 31st.
Whispering in the trees, it's Tuesday to dance. I got the first real 6 strings, rolling out the 5 and dime.
Well, we've already missed one out here in the bottom of the 4th. The first pitch from Ortega was smoked on a rope from Rick Toloa, the first baseman by Ogden, but he hit it right at Ryan Mount, the shortstop, who took one step to his right and caught it in the air for out number 1. So one out here in the bottom of the 4th. Ogden leading it 1-0. At home here for them in Lindquist Field tomorrow night at the home of the Owlz for Thursday and Friday. Ortega's pitch to Chris Jimson, high and outside, 1-0. Don't forget, tickets still available at the box office at the stadium, on the website, oremowls.com, or any Smith Hicks location. Only a few hundred remain. Come out and see us, folks. This one's fouled back over our head, and the count even now at 1-1 on Chris Jensen, the left-handed right fielder. Ortega looks in, Bambino, and he can't agree. Now they do. He goes from the line to the 1-1 pitch. That one's fouled back again, 1-2. Jensen getting his first start of the season. He was one of the players who did not start last night. Mentioned that he played at UCLA for his college ball, and he's from San Diego. Another warm weather boy. The 1-2 pitch. This one's low and inside. Count even at 2-2. Ortega, we talked about him being the Dominican League Pitcher of the Year with a .86 ERA and over 94 innings pitched in 2005. 2004, not too shabby either. 2.45 ERA and 80 2/3 innings pitched. 2-2 coming, grounded to Gronkowski, takes a wicked hop, but he recovers and fires to Ortega, who covers the bag, and that is out number 2. 3-1 on the put-out. That was a wicked two-hopper. Looked like it was going to pop up and hit Gronkowski right in the chest. Instead, it went up. He had to reach above his head and grab it, but he snared it. Ortega did his job hustling over to first base to cover. The flip was successful, and so was the step on first. 2 men away. And Ogden top of the fourth. The first pitch to Michael Rivera. Squeezed that fastball a little too hard. And that one landed out in front of the plate and bounced up and hit Bambino, 1-0. And here comes the 1-0 from the line. This one's fouled down the right side, and this one's going to get completely out of the stadium, way out. Down off the Crittenden Paint and Glass warehouse. I mentioned kind of shaping up like last night's ball games. The starters keeping the hitters off guard as the 1-1 comes in, and that one also bounces in front of the plate off Bambino. Count now 2-1. With 2 men out here in the fourth. Both of these pitchers doing a pretty good job. Ortega's been in a little bit more trouble than Josh Wall has. The 2-1 coming in this one again foul down the right side, and that one's going to get out of the stadium. 2-2. But nonetheless, Ortega done a nice job. And had he not thrown that ball a little bit too far inside and Bambino been able to squeeze it, it allowed the runner to come in from third on the pass ball. The 2-2 pitch is a little low, 3-2. We would be scoreless. Instead, Ogden leads it 1-0. Here in the bottom of the fourth. 0-1-0 for Orem. Orem and the Raptors 1-2-1 as this one's fouled off the inside of the shin of Michael Rivera. And home plate umpire Jason Birdsey jumps out, says dead ball. Ortega didn't see it hit. He was charging to make the play. But it is a dead ball, and we'll keep the count at 3-2 with 2 men out here in the bottom of the fourth. Nobody on for the Raptors. They lead it 1-0. And the pitch. This one snagged by Ortega, but he drops it. Goes behind him out. He's going to have to hurry. Picks it up, fires to Gronkowski at first, and gets a speedy Rivera by about a foot. So the inning comes to a close. 1-2-3 they go. Good snag there by Ortega, the pitcher, as that one was hit hot back up the box. He stopped it, and it went behind him a few feet. He had to go back, pick it up, and fire to Gronkowski. He did it. 1-2-3 they go. We played 4. Ogden 1, Orem 0. You're listening to Owlz Baseball on 960 AM, The Zone.
Hey fans, people are getting excited about same-day electric. Why? Same-day electric provides homeowners and businesses with straightforward pricing and a 101% satisfaction guarantee. Their skilled technicians earn the prestigious Technician Seal of Safety, certifying they are professionally trained, background checked, and drug-free. Feel safe, secure, and confident with same-day electric guaranteed. Repairs or installations, if it's electric, call 377-SAME or find out more at samedayelectric.com. Same-day electric. Service today or you don't pay.
Pioneer Radio and Sports would like to thank the following businesses who are committed to customer service.
This Owlz broadcast is brought to you in part by Western States Insurance Agency. Our customers are first class, just like our service. By the United States Air Force, crossed into the blue. By Same Day Electric, service today or you don't pay. By Nicole Italia Pizzeria, homemade Boston Italian style. And by Awesome Waterfalls, complete landscaping services for 20 years.
And catch your favorite minor league team on the web at MILB.com, where it's fun to be a fan. Get in the game and get live scores, news, standings, schedules, tickets, and more. And suit up in team gear from the MILB Shop, the official online shop of minor league baseball. Join the millions of fans who just can't get enough of the game at MILB.com. There's nothing minor about it. It's where minor league baseball is always on.
Top of the fifth, Orem Owls still scoreless. Ogden has 1 run, 1-0. And the Owls hoping to get something started here. Luis Rivera to lead it off the right fielder. The first pitch coming from Josh Wall is high, 1-0. All season long, the Bank of American Fork will be sponsoring our transaction update within the Angels organization as the pitch is lined to right field, and it's pretty deep. It's going to get over the head of Chris Johnson and off the 15-foot wall. Heading to second with a stand-up double is Luis Rivera to start off the top of inning number 5. That ball was scorched. Fastball, he took it the other way, went with it, and it went over the right fielder Chris Jensen's head, hit about 8 feet up on the 15-foot wall. Rivera speedy, hustling all the way and sliding into second with a double. And he'll be there as Gordy Gronkowski comes up to the plate. And when we get a break in the action again, I'll tell you about the Bank of American Fork sponsoring our transaction update for the entire season. As the tall right-hander stands in, the first pitch coming from Wall, fastball, strike 1. Gronkowski flew out to right back in inning number 2. Wall gets the sign from Martin. Checks Rivera at second and now steps off. We mentioned Rivera, good speed. Played his last 2 years at Low Rookie Mesa. And in 2005 last year, he played 42 games there and hit .280 before being moved up this season to Orem. The 0-1 pitch. This one's grounded to the right side. It's going to get the runner to third, but Gronkowski's going to be retired at first as Rivera takes it on 2 high hops and fires to first. But credit Gronkowski with getting the runner over to third. And oftentimes, you'll see somebody be very upset about that as a hitter, but, you know, he did the job, and the Orem players right now are giving him high fives all throughout the dugout because that's the job that you're supposed to do in that position with nobody out. Move that runner over, and he did. A runner up third. Here's Tad Brewer. The first pitch to him, this one's popped back over our heads. We want to remind you that Glass Savers is sponsoring all of our long foul balls this season. If you have any glass needs, go there. Visit Glass Savers in Linden for all of your auto glass needs. They are the place to go. The 0-1 pitch. This one's grounded, and it's going to chop over the first baseman Rick to low his head and into right field. In to score is Luis Rivera. We are tied at 1 apiece. And that's what we're talking about, that small ball, and it gets the job done. The infield was in, and that gave that high chopper the chance to get over the head of Taloa. And Orem has manufactured a run and tied it here in the 5th. And a good piece of hitting there by Brewer. He knew what he had to do. Put the bat on the ball. He did. He went to the right side with it. Got a good hop and some help from the infield grass. And the score is 1-1, and he stands at first. And Ricky Bambino, the catcher, in the batter's box, takes high for ball 1. So now we are even. Orem got the victory last night, 7-5, looking to make it 2-0 over their division and state rivals. The 1-0 pitch coming, and the runner going hit and run. This one's fouled down the right side out of play, 1-1. And speaking with Zeke Zimmerman, the pitching coach, and Francisco Matos, the hitting coach for the Orem Owls, about manager Tom Kochman, they say that he definitely likes to put on the hit and run quite a bit, and we have seen that bit so far in this short, young season. Did it about 6 or 7 times last night, and already 2 times here tonight with few base runners. Runner going again. Swing and a miss, throw down to second. Is he in there? Is out. He's out. Alex Ortiz, the base umpire, all over it. Bambino tried to swing for the hit and run, but he missed on a high and outside fastball. And that's the perfect location for a right-handed catcher to receive that ball coming up out of the crouch and fire to second. And they got Tad Brewer trying to steal, so now the bases are empty with 2 men out. And the count is 1-2 on Ricky Bambino. And here comes the 1-2 foul back to the screen. Good fastball by Wall. Barely nicked by Bambino. 1-2. We'll do it again if he should reach. Peter Bourjos is on deck. Bambino reached on an error back in the 3rd. Before being put out at second base. He fouls this one back our way, right over the head of the press box here at Lindquist Field. Seats go all the way down the left side. The box seats and then bleacher seats extended all the way down to the left field line on the right side. It stops after first base, and they got that nice family picnic area. And the playground for the kids as the 1-2 is coming and swing. And a good breaking ball by Wall. Bambino comes up empty-handed, but the Orem Owls get the run back, and we are tied at 1 apiece. We're halfway home. You're listening to Orem Owls Baseball on 960 AM The Zone.
Are you planning on entertaining in your home? Do you find yourself crossing your fingers that just this once your sink will drain and your toilet won't act up? Well, uncross those fingers and call Healy Plumbing. Since 1978, we've specialized in residential and commercial drain cleaning, hot water heaters, and sewer cameras for thorough inspections. We even install water softeners. So call Healy Plumbing today at 798-3513 and watch your trouble go down the drain. Healy Plumbing, proud sponsor of your Orem Owls.
In baseball, it takes a line drive straight up the middle to bring the runner home. If your car is having trouble driving a straight line or difficulty bringing you home, call Jack's Tire and Oil. They specialize in wheel alignments, balancing tires, oil changes, lube jobs, tune-ups, and more. To schedule an appointment, call 225-7207. Their 50-plus years in business means you're guaranteed old-fashioned service with a smile. That's Jack's Tire and Oil on North State Street in Orem.
Back as we head to the bottom of the fifth, tied 1-1, Orem and Ogden. We want to go ahead and take a look at who's lighting up the Major League Baseball scoreboard. Sponsored by Same Day Electric. Interleague play, the only National League game, the only non-interleague play. The New York Mets took care of Cincinnati today, 9-2. Interleague at the NL stadiums. The Yankees beat Philadelphia 9-7. Toronto beat Atlanta 6-5. It was Detroit all over Milwaukee 10-1. Minnesota edged out Houston 6-5. Oakland scoreless all throughout 9 innings at Colorado 6-0 at Coors Field in Denver. The Dodgers lost. The Ogden Raptors parent club 9-4 against Seattle. And San Francisco took care of the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim 3-2. The first pitch coming here in inning number 5 is called strike 1 on number 25, John Martin of the Ogden Raptors. Ortega entering his 5th inning of work. The 0-1 coming, that fastball outside. The interleague game played at the American League Park. Cleveland heads out the Cubs 4-2. Baltimore lost at home 6-2 to the Marlins. The Nationals got trounced by the Red Sox 11-3 as Ortega's 1-1 pitch is called strike on the outside corner. The fans here didn't like it. It did look low and away. And John Martin has some questions for home plate umpire Jason Birdsey, but nonetheless, he's in the hole 1-2. Arizona lost to Tampa Bay 8-5 as the pitch is coming low and outside 2-2. That game was in Tampa Bay at Tropicana Field. The Rangers lost at home to San Diego 6-5. The White Sox with an offensive explosion, 20 runs, beat St. Louis 20-6 as the 2-2 pitch is fouled off 2-2 by Martin. Will do it all over again. 11 runs in the 3rd inning for the White Sox, followed by 6 more in the 6th, and they got 24 hits and 20 runs. And Kansas City and Pittsburgh, the battle of the 20 and 49 and 26 and 45 clubs. Kansas City gets the better of them and gets the victory. The 2-2 pitch called strike 3. Martin knew it, a great breaking ball by Ortega. He caught him looking. And that one broke sick, and Martin had stepped out in the bucket with his front left foot. Started to swing, but held his bat up. It looked like he was expecting a fastball. A great pitch by Ortega. There's one out here in the bottom of the 5th as Parker Brooks, the DH for the Raptors, stands in. First pitch coming to him is fouled back, and Tyler hit us with a Glass Savers comic relief clip. And the pitch coming inside, and it hit Parker Brooks on the leg. And he's going to head down to first base. And again, talking about those control problems by Ortega. Now manager Tom Kochman coming out to talk to Ortega, and he's going to go to the pen. He's not wasting any time here. As Ortega loses control, I think what the deal must have been there, Kotzman probably told him, if you work a perfect inning, you can go 5. He didn't. He hit Parker Brooks to put him down at first base. So with one man out and one man on in the bottom of the fifth, we've got a pitching change. It's the phone directories company called to the bullpen, and we'll tell you about it when we come back on 960 AM The Zone.
When it comes to firearms, bearing arms is your right. Gun safety is your responsibility. Never fire rounds into the air for any occasion. Store your firearms out of the reach of children, and always use trigger locking devices and gun safes. A community service reminder from Sportsman's Warehouse, where they offer a complete line of quality hunting, fishing, and camping supplies. Visit them on South University Avenue in Provo, or see them online at sportsmanswarehouse.com. Sportsman's Warehouse, America's premier outfitter.
Today, more and more people are insuring their homes with us through Auto Owners Insurance. We'll provide low-cost, quality protection, claim service that is second to none. And if you insure both your home and car through Auto Owners Insurance, you'll qualify for additional premium discounts.
For a free comparison, contact Bailing Insurance Agency, located on the corner of Utah Avenue and Main Street in Payson. That's Bailing Insurance Agency, Payson's hometown agency for over 30 years.
First batter here in the bottom of the fifth, Anthony Ortega. He hit Parker Brooks, the ninth hitter, and Tom Kotzman immediately coming out of the dugout and calling to the left-hander, the bullpen, who had been warming up since last inning, and P.J. Connolly. And that is the phone directories company. Call to the bullpen. What phone directories company makes a difference in your business? Advertise with them today. They've got incredible advertising offers at great prices. Call 866-58-GO-PDC. More information. Phone directory company. Great people, great books, and great results. And P.J. Connolly entered the ball game, as we mentioned. He's a left-hander, 6'4", 205 pounds, from Beloit, Wisconsin. He's a free agent that was signed this year in 2006. And first batter he's going to be facing is the lefty Ryan Rogalski, the leadoff hitter for these Ogden Raptors, with a runner at first and one man out. And the pitch, and the runner going. Bambino fires down to second. The throw is going to be late, and Brooks has stolen it. So the first pitch that P.J. Connolly fires home. Parker Brooks running the second. Bambino tried to fire quickly. The tag was applied late by Ryan Mount. And now the runner is at second with one man out here at the bottom of inning number 5, and the ball game tied at 1 apiece between Orem and Ogden. So 1-0, P.J. Connolly coming home. Fastball misses high and outside. 2-0. Connolly, we just said, a big left-hander pitch for the Gary Railcats and the Winnipeg Gold Eyes of the Independent League in the Midwest. Before being signed as a free agent to come out here. Gets the runner at second and comes home. And the 2-0 pitch is in there for strike one, 2-1. In 2005 with Winnipeg in the Independent League. 8 starts, 5 appearances in relief, 4-4 with a 5.65 ERA for P.J. Connolly. The 2-1 pitch coming home. Breaking ball. This is outside, 3-1. First base is open and sets up a double play, but obviously you don't want to walk him here if you can get him out. 3-1 count, one man out. Rogalski singled back at the first and walked in the third. Good for 1-1. The 3-1 pitch coming. This one's fouled down the right side, and we'll have a full count at 3-2. We were talking about the Bank of America and Ford being our transaction update sponsor. Every time that an Owlz player goes up and down within the organization, they will sponsor it because they should take care of all your transactions. They're closer than you think, with over 11 locations along the Wasatch Front and a new Riverton branch opening this fall. It's big sitting banking with a small town service. Good small town customer feel. Visit us at bankaf.com to locate the nearest branch to you. As the pitch is coming through, swing and a miss. He got him down on strikes. So after getting behind on him 3-1, and Ryan Rogowski, P.J. Connolly battles back and strikes him out for the first strikeout of the ball game on his first batter that he has faced, and now there are 2 men out. Parker Brooks still stands down at second base, and Justin Fuller, left-hander, shortstop for these Ogden Raptors, will be their last hope, and they're going to take the lead here in the bottom of the 5th. I know that we will have a Bank of American Fork transaction coming up this weekend. A new player coming in to Orem as P.J. Connolly's fastball misses high and outside. So we'll tell you about that when he joins us in Casper. You can have 35 men on the roster here in the Pioneer League, the short season rookie ball clubs. Right now Orem has 32, so still 3 more spots to be filled. The 1-0 pitch coming from Connolly. High and tight with a fastball, 2-0. Fuller got it out to a fielder's choice in the first and had a sacrifice bunt back in the third that actually moved the runner along that would eventually score in Parker Brooks. The 2-0 coming. That one's a little low and away. 3-0 now. But he got behind on Rogowski, battled back and got the strikeout. Let's see what he can do with Fuller here. Two men out. The 3-0 pitch coming. Strike right over the heart of the plate. He's pegging all the way. And 3-1 now on Justin Fuller. If he should reach, Jeremy Brown will follow, who has struck out twice tonight, but that was against Anthony Ortega, who is now out of the ball game. Connolly looks, fires. This one's knocked down the left field line. It's going to get over the head of third baseman P.J. Phillips, and it's going to be a base hit. The runner's going to score from second. They're trying to stretch it into a double. Second baseman Pat Brewer drops the ball as he applies the tag, and call it a 2-out double by Justin Fuller and an RBI. And Ogden regains the lead at 2-1 here in the bottom of inning number 5. He didn't hit it hard. It was a flare down the left field line beyond P.J. Phillips by about 15 or 20 yards and landed about 5 yards inside the foul line. Chris Pettit did a nice job of chasing over and throwing it into second, but a speedy Fuller made it in there for a double, and Jeremy Brown watches the first strike from Connolly cross over Broadway, and it's 0-1 on him. And as we mentioned, he struck out twice in the first and the third, 0 for 2 tonight. But a runner in scoring position, and they're threatening for more here in inning number 5. The 0-1 coming, grounded sharply to third, and booted by P.J. Phillips. They'll have no play. The runner's going to go to third. They're going to be at the corners with 2 outs, and he reached on an error. So now, what looked like an easy ground ball to Phillips, he came up on it a little early, and it went under his glove and hit off his foot. He's lucky it hit off his foot, or it was going to go into left field and cause another run. And now the runners are at the corners, and the batter that left-handed Connolly probably didn't want to face is standing in there, the big guy, Eduardo Perez, the cleanup hitter, who has walked and grounded out to first today. Switch hitter batting from the right side this time. And this one's hit right back up the box, off the arm of Connolly and into center field. 1 run's going to score. Fuller is going to go from first to third, and the runners are at the corners, and it is now 3-1 Ogden. Or excuse me, that was Jeremy Brown running to third base, and score Perez with a single and an RBI. That was scorched right back up the box on a line. Looked like it hit P.J. Connolly on his pitching arm before squirting in a different direction past the second baseman Tad Brewer into right center field. So now the runners are at the corners, and Orem, who came into the inning tied 1-1 at the bottom of this inning, now trailing at 3-1. And P.J. Connolly trying to get off the mound. You can close the book on Ortega, who started this inning. 4 in a third innings pitch, 2 hits, 2 runs, 2 walks, and 4 Ks. He did give up 1 earned run. But both of these runs that have scored this inning are Connolly's. Pitch coming. Strike. Rick Taloa didn't like it, thought the fastball was a little bit too far in. But it's strike one. He grounded out in the first and lined out to short in the fourth. The 0-1 pitch coming from Connolly. This is a little low and outside. Count even at 1-1. I said that both of these runs out there were Connolly's. I apologize. Only one is. And it will be an earned run on Connolly. 2 runs on Ortega. Only 1 were earned. The 1-1 pitch coming with the runners on the corners. That fastball misses low and in. Good job by Bambino, the catcher, to slide over and field it and not allow a run to come in from third, as that one could have gone to the backstop. Count now 2-1 on the right-hander, Rick Taloa, the first baseman, number 56 for the Ogden Raptors. 2-1 a little low, 3-1. A walk would load him and bring up Chris Jensen, the right fielder. So Connolly coming into the game here and kind of laboring after Ortega did a pretty good job, struggled with his control some, and got taken out because of that here in this inning when he hit a batter. The 3-1 pitch coming, and this one's flied a mile high to the right side and deep, but it's going to be way foul. Home run distance, but foul by about 40 yards. And we'll have a full count, 2 men out here in the bottom of inning number 6, and we'll do it all over again. Taloa stands back in. Home plate umpire Jason Birdsey took some time now. He's ready to go. The 3-2 coming from Connolly, a little bit low and in. He walked him. Bases loaded. And the Ogden Raptors really threatening to have a big inning. And first baseman Gordy Gronkowski is coming out from first base into the mound to have a word with P.J. Connolly, and now catcher Bambino coming out as well to join the conference. And pitching coach Zeke Zimmerman telling a couple Orem hurlers to get up in the pen as he comes out as well to talk to P.J. Connolly. Little party on the hill as the Owls are in trouble here in the bottom of inning number 5, now trailing at 3-1. The Raptors have runners at first and third with 2 men out, and it's going to be, as we mentioned, Chris Jensen coming to the plate. The bases are loaded with 2 men out. Chris Jensen coming to the plate to try and add to this Ogden lead as home plate umpire Jason Birdsey heading out to the mound to try and break up the conference here. Take this time to remind you that tomorrow night, these same 2 teams at 7:05, but this time in Orem for the Owls home opener. We'll have our broadcast for you starting at 7, first pitch at 7:05. A few hundred tickets still remain on the home of the Owls Stadium right there on the campus of UVSC. You can get them at the box office, on our website at oremowls.com, or any Smith Six location. The conference is over, and Connolly is ready to fire. He throws the first pitch, a breaking ball to Jensen, called strike 1. This is the 8th batter of the inning for the Ogden Raptors. The first 2 were with Ortega, the last 5, and now this one with P.J. Connolly. The 0-1 pitch coming. This one smoked down the right field line and pretty deep. It's going to get over Rivera's head. He tries to make a play on it, but can't. He stumbles. 1 run is in. 2 are coming in. They're going to hold Taloa at third. And we'll see. He did actually get a glove on it. Did Luis Rivera in right on the warning track. But I would imagine they would call that a 2-out double. We'll have to wait and see what the official score is. At any rate, 2 more runs have come across, and it is now 5-1. And indeed it is a 2-out double, a 2-out, 2 RBI double by Chris Jensen. And it is now 5-1 Ogden, and the wheels are starting to come off here in the bottom of the 5th. Michael Rivera standing in there now, the 9th batter of the inning for the Ogden Raptors. Runners still at second and third, and Jensen at second, Taloa at third. So we're not even out of this thing yet. 1-3-1 for Orem, 5-5-1 now for the Ogden Raptors. Reminder, you're listening to Orem Owls Baseball on AM 960, KOVO, Provo. The 1-0 pitch coming from Connolly, low, bounced off the plate, good stop by Bambino again, and the count is at 2-0. So, P.J. Connolly really struggling here, the free agent that was signed this year out of the Independent League of the Midwest from the Gary Railcast. Trying to get out of it. He's firing the 2-0 pitch, and this one's low and inside, 3-0. Trying to see who the Owls have warming up in that bullpen. It is indeed number 41, I believe, if I can see it correctly. Well, can't just make out the number quite as the 3-0 pitch coming, and instead of taking, Michael Rivera was swinging away, and he fouls it back to the screen, 3-1. It is number 41. It's Josh Coles, who played at Orem last year, warming up in the bullpen. The 6'2", 210 pound right-hander from Redlands, California. Runners lead off second and third. P.J. Connolly comes home with a pitch. That was low and inside. He walked it. And they have batted around. 9 batters have come to the plate. The bases are loaded. And Tom Kochman has seen enough of the left-hander P.J. Connolly. He is going to be going to the pen and bringing in Josh Coles. It's the phone directories company call to the bullpen. We'll tell you about the pitching change. Orem in a little bit of a rut here at the bottom of the fifth. You're listening to Owlz Baseball on 960 AM The Zone.
Here for Utah Community Credit Union.
Jake, what are you doing?
Well, Deb, it's UCCU's 50th anniversary, and I want to let people know we're celebrating.
But when you're home, could you tone it down a little bit?
I can't tone down the excitement for UCCU's special rate on auto and home equity loans.
I know you're excited.
Did you know that UCCU is offering a fixed-rate auto loan as low as 5.95%?
Yes, it's just that while we're eating.
Or a fixed home equity loan also as low as 5.95%?
Can't we eat dinner without all this?
loans as low as 5.95% and no closing fees. Deb, no fees.
But didn't you...
But you have to ask now. Rates are going up July 1st.
Jake, where are you going?
I'm calling UCCU right now to lock in this fabulous rate.
But didn't you call them this morning and last night?
Baby.
Give Utah Community Credit Union a call right now at 223-8188 to sign up and lock in this special low rate. That's 223-8188. Available on approved credit. Equal housing lender, member NCUA. If you live, work, or attend school in Utah, Wasatch, or Juab County, you can join. Utah Community Credit Union. What does it mean to you?
In the bottom of inning number 5, and hopefully can get out of this thing with any other damage, as Josh Coles, the right-hander, has been brought on to try and close out this inning. Ogden is batted around in the 5th, and John Martin coming back up to the plate. Problem for a broadcaster because they don't have a spot for something like this in the scorebook. So you have to double up in one frame. At any rate, with 2 men out, the bases loaded. Josh Coles' first pitch is low and 1-0. Nowhere to put him, though. So that pitching change was sponsored by the Phone Directories Company. Let them make a difference in your business. Advertise with them today. Great advertising options. Just call them 866-58-GO-PDC. Great people, great books, great results. The Phone Directories Company. Number 41, the right-hander, Josh Coles, facing the right-hander, John Martin, in there for Ogden. And this pitch does get over for a strike, and the count is now even at 1 apiece. Come on, Coles, let's get out of this thing. 4 runs here in the bottom of the 5th for Ogden. They lead it now 5-1 in game number 2 of the season. Coles, second pitch coming. Strike over the inside corner. Martin in the crowd didn't like it, but Birdsey did. And the count is now 1-2, and we're 1 pitch out away from getting out of this thing with any further damage. Coles, as I said, played in Orem last year. And here's his pitch. This one's fouled down the third base line. Hops into the stands. Up before head coach Lance Parrish, who's down there at third base, makes a play on it and sends it back into the bleachers, and the count is still 1-2 on John Martin, the catcher for the Ogden Raptors, who has struck out in this inning to lead it off and grounded out. The 1-2 coming. Thought about offering it the outside fastball. Lays off. It's 2-2. Deuces roll them. 2-2, 2 men out. So, yeah, Martin struck out to lead off the inning, and that was Anthony Ortega's second to final batter as Parker Brooks stepped in, and he hit him, and then they went to the bullpen with Connolly as the 2-2's fouled back, and we'll do it all over again. They went to Connolly after Ortega hit Parker Brooks to put him on first, and that's where the wheels came off. Connolly faced 7 batters, and 3 more runs came across the board for 4 total in the inning, and it's now 5-1 where we stand. The 2-2 coming from Coles to John Martin. Here we go, and that one's behind him, but a great job by Bambino to reach his glove out and stop it. That was a low fastball that actually was throwing behind John Martin. Bambino had to stretch out with his glove to his left and barely stopped it to prevent any more damage here in the 5th, and the count is now full at 3-2, so some control problems from the Orem Owls pitching side. See if he can recover here. The 3-2 coming from Coles. From the stretch, the runner's going. It's high. He walked him. Pitching coach Zeke Zimmerman shaking his head in the dugout, and I can see why. It's been a nightmare of an inning here for his hurlers. And now Parker Brooks will be the 11th batter of the inning. He was the first base runner in the inning, as we mentioned, after Ortega plunked him on the shoulder. And now he's standing in there with the bases still loaded, and the score is 6-1 in favor of Ogden. Pitch coming. Fastball high, 1-0. Coles, we said, from Redlands, California. He was drafted back in 2003, a pretty high draft pick in the 8th round. As Owls catcher Ricky Bambino is going to go out and have a word with his hurler. The Orem Owls still have group barbecues available. Great for a corporate or family, any type of an outing, church you want to put together, just go there. $15 a head for all you can eat. They've got it all. Burgers, hot dogs, no limit, $15 a head. Call 377-BALL to reserve your spot today. 377-BALL for your group barbecue at the home of the Owls. I know we're all booked up for tomorrow night's home opener against these same Ogden Raptors. And the 1-0 pitch coming from Coles. That one's high and outside, 2-0. And again, nowhere to put Parker Brooks. A walk will bring in another run. 1-3-1 for the Owls. Raptors, more runs than they have hit, 6-5-1. They've been aided by this Orem pitching staff. The pitch coming, the fastball's high and inside, 3-0. And should Brooks reach and bring in some more runs, it will be Ryan Rogalski standing on deck. Brooks singled back in the 3rd. If he does that again here, we'll have a 7-run ball game. Right now, as it stands 6-1, and hurler Josh Coles trying to recover. The pitch coming. That's a fastball right down Broadway, 3-1. So he finally gets the strike. Coles looks in. Bambino gives him the sign. He checks the runners at first, second, and third, and now he's coming home. That's a strike over the inside corner. Again, the crowd and the batter, Parker Brooks, didn't like it. I don't know why I want to keep calling him Peter Brooks. But it is a strike, and the count is now full at 3-2. So bases loaded, 2 men out, a 3-2 count. Bottom of inning number 5. Here comes the pitch from Coles with the runners going. Foul back to the screen. Runners obviously going on 3-2 because a walk, and they just continue to stroll on. There's no place to put the batter. They want to get a head start. There's really no downside to sending the runners at all. Coles glares in. Bambino and he can't agree on a sign. It's the left-handed Parker Brooks. Calls time, and now catcher Ricky Bambino is going to head out to have a word with his right-hander. Do you have your Owls merchandise? The Owls are one of the top-selling merchandisers in the minor leagues for a reason. In fact, they're number 7 of all the minor league baseball teams. The Owls stand number 7 in merchandise sold. Visit the Perch store at the stadium, or you can buy your stuff online at oremowls.com. The 3-2 pitch coming. The runner's moving. This one's grounded to third. Good job by Phillips. Picks it up, fires across. And in time to Gronkowski, and the inning comes to a close. That one was hit on a rope, but a good play by Phillips on one hop. And the Owls finally get out of it. But not before I say the damage is done. 5 runs. And the Owls now find themselves down 6-1 after 5. You're listening to Owls Baseball, 960 AM, The Zone.
Hey, Owls fans. Dave Adams Classic Auto Repair is the premier collision repair specialist in Utah County. They have 3 locations, 1 in Lehigh, 2 in Orem. Any accident, fender bender, paint, or body work to be done, Dave Adams is the place to do it. Dave Adams is donating a car to charity. Go by any Dave Adams location or stop by the Booster Club booth at any Owls home game before August 15th for details. Dave Adams Classic Auto Repair wishes that the Orem Owls good luck, and go Owls!
Oh, what a
Today, more and more people are insuring their homes with us through Auto Owners Insurance. We'll provide low-cost, quality protection, claim service that is second to none. And if you insure both your home and car through Auto Owners Insurance, you'll qualify for additional premium discounts.
For a free comparison, contact Bailing Insurance Agency, located on the corner of Utah Avenue and Main Street in Payson. That's Bailing Insurance Agency, Payson's hometown agency for over 30 years.
Headed to the 6th, and the Owls are going to need some offense here in the remainder of this one if they're going to have any chance of coming back, trailing at 6-1 after Ogden broke a 1-1 tie in the bottom of inning number 5 to make it 6-1. And the Owls will lead off here in this inning with center fielder Peter Bourjos at the top of the lineup. First pitch coming to him is a called strike. He is taking. Josh Wall entering his 6th inning of work for the Ogden Raptors, and he has done well so far despite surrendering that 1 run in the top of the 5th. The 0-1 pitch coming. Swing and a best good breaking ball. 0-2 on Peter Bourjos, Ryan Mount, Scott Kanazik to follow. Reminder, you can email us your questions and comments about this broadcast, anything you want to say. If you want to yell at me, if you just want to have a question about baseball, radio at ormowls.com. The 0-2 pitch. Wow. That one went about 5 feet over Peter Bourjos' head and hit the backstop. So he missed just a tad with that fastball, and the count is 1-2. Bourjos struck out in the first and popped out to the catcher in the 3rd. So Wall will try and recover here. The 1-2 pitch is grounded to short. Justin Fuller takes it on 2 hops and fires across and barely gets the speedy Bourjos by about a half a step, 1 man out. Talking about Bourjos, he is said to be the fastest base runner in the Angels minors, covering 60 yards in just 6.45 seconds. And there he almost got down to first base on a hard hit ground ball to short, but just got beat out on the throw by Justin Fuller. One away. And now a swing and a miss by Ryan Mountain. He's at the hole 0-1. That was 6-3 on the Bourjos putout. As I was saying, you can email us all your questions and comments at radio@ormowls.com. The 0-1 pitch coming, that's inside, almost hit Mount, had to back up 1-1. Been a lot of control problems on both sides tonight, even though Wall has pitched pretty well, and he's been better than the Owls pitchers as far as control goes. The 1-1 is swung on and missed 1-2. But both sides have had their struggles as far as throwing the fastballs and the breaking balls. When they're missing pretty badly, as we've mentioned a few times. The 1-2 pitch coming to the left-handed Mount. That fastball way outside and high. And the count evens at 2-2. Following him will be the designated hitter for the Owls, Scott Kanazik. If anybody should reach, Chris Pettit, the left fielder, will stand in there. And the 2-2 coming to Mount. This one's hit weakly to second. But actually the first baseman, Toloa, is going to come over and take it from the second baseman, Rivera, and he bobbles it. And that's going to allow Mount to reach first base. I thought for sure Toloa was going to cover first base and let Rivera take that ground ball. But Toloa hustled over, tried to make a backhanded stab. He would have had to make a hard flip to Josh Wall, who was racing over to first base late. And so Ryan Mount reaches, and we've got a runner at first with one man out, and we will take it. We can take anything we can get at this point, trailing by 5 in the top of the 6th. Scott Kanazik stands in there now and watches a breaking ball catch the outside corner. He shakes his head, but it is a strike nonetheless, 0-1. Kanazik walked in the first and grounded out to second base in the 4th inning. Runner leads in the pitch, foul back high and over our head. Way out of the stadium, might have hit a car. Tyler hit us with the Glass Savers comical clip.
Food? Got no job? Our pets' heads are falling off!
Glass Savers and Linden visit them today for all your auto glass needs. As that one tipped his second, Rivera's going to take it, tag the runner heading to second base for the second out. And there was a little bit of a collision, and both players kind of stared each other down there for a second. And Ryan Mount and the second baseman Michael Rivera. But Rivera applied the tag, and there are 2 away. It will go 4 unassisted on the putout, and Scott Kanazik will stand in there now. Or excuse me, that was Scott Kanazik that grounded out. It will be Chris Pettit, the cleanup hitter for the Orem Owlz, trying to do something here with 2 men out and a runner on first base. Fastball missed upstairs, 1-0 to Pettit. So now Mount is out. Kanazik reaches on a fielder's choice. And Wall coming home with it. Breaking ball. That went too far outside. 2-0 to Pettit. Glass Savers, as we said, sponsored all your comic relief clips throughout the season. Their official long ball sponsor. If a long ball gets into the stadium and hits your car window, you know where to take it. Glass Savers and Linden, all your auto glass needs. The 2-0 pitch coming. That one's high and tight. Pettit glance out of the way to avoid that one from hitting on his shoulder. And now 3-0. So hopefully if we can get him on here, maybe start a little 2-out rally. And indeed, the fastball is high. He walked Pettit. Pettit earned his second walk of the game. They'll trot down to first, and the runners are at first and second. The Owls are going to have a pinch hitter, and manager Lance Parrish for the Ogden Raptors is coming out. He's signaling to the pen, I believe. I think he's made the call, and yes, he has. We're going to have a pitching change. So we're going to have a new hitter and a new pitcher, and we'll tell you about it when we get back. You're listening to Owls Baseball, 960 AM, The Zone.
Insure both your car and home with us through Auto Owners Insurance, and we'll save you money. That's right. With Auto Owners multiple policy discount, when you insure both your car, home, mobile home, or condominium, we'll save you time and money by consolidating all of your insurance needs with the no-problem company. Auto Owners Insurance.
For a free comparison, contact Western States Insurance Agency in Spanish Fork on Center Street across from City Park. Western States Insurance. Our customers are first class, just like our service. Find us in the yellow pages under insurance.
Employers and employees are looking for the same thing, a good match. Adecco Employment Services provides qualified job applicants to businesses throughout the area. Our consultants match the best candidates to the best companies, saving both time and money. So whether you're looking for a great career or a great employee, call Adecco, the world's staffing leader. Find us in your yellow pages or give us a call at 801-764-9882. Adecco Employment Services. Chances are we already have the opening or the employee you're looking for.
Who's that whispering in the trees? It's Tuesday to dance.
Back to Ogden, Utah at Lindquist Field, game number 2 of the season in the Pioneer League between the homestanding Ogden Raptors and your visiting Orem Owlz. Owlz, after winning last night 7-5, in a bit of a trouble here on the top of the 6th, trailing at 6-1. However, we do have runners on first and second. There are 2 men away, and we have a pitching change. And the new pitcher for the Raptors will be number 23, Doug Brooks, the right-hander, 6'4", 210, from Taylor, Michigan. And the name of this college is one that I've definitely never heard of, Madonna University. A little bit scary. I don't know if there's any relation to the pop star. But nonetheless, that's where he's hailing from. He's a free agent, signed this year in 2006. And the big right-hander will stand in there, and he will face a pinch hitter coming into the game for the Orem Owls, Doug Reinhardt, number 30. Right-handed batter, 6'2", 210 from Laguna Beach, California. So 2 men out, runners at first and second, and the first Doug Brooks pitch is a called strike on Reinhardt. So I'm assuming they'll just move Reinhardt to third and take out P.J. Phillips, as Reinhardt is naturally an infielder on the left side. So number 30, Doug Reinhardt, the right-hander, stands in there. Runners lead off first and second for the Owls, who trail at 6-1 here at the top of the sixth and trying to get something going with 2 outs. Brooks checks the runners and fires home. Good breaking ball. Reinhardt offered at it but came up empty, and now he's in the hole 0-2. Should he somehow get out of this hole and reach, Luis Rivera stands on deck for the Orem Owls. Sun now starting to set, painting a beautiful picture again, just like last night, with the mountain peaks, some of them covered in the shadow, some of them in the sun. The 0-2 pitch coming, that one missed too far outside. Good job by John Martin to stop the breaking ball in the dirt. And the count is at 1-2 with 2 men out. But this is truly a picture that you have to be here to enjoy at Lindquist Field. There's no wonder that BaseballParks.com voted it the most scenic view in all of minor league baseball. Doug Brooks glares at his catcher, John Martin. Martin gives him something they can agree on. Here we go with a 1-2. Swing and a miss by Reinhardt. He got it. Owls leave him stranded at first and second. The new pitcher, Doug Brooks, gets the job done. Owls still trail at 6-1 after 5.5 innings of play. You're listening to Owls Baseball, 960 AM, The Zone.
If the gang's coming over for the big game, they're going to be hungry. You better make sure you have plenty of great pizza on hand. You better stop by Nicole Italia Pizzeria. At Nicole Italia, every pizza is handmade with the finest and freshest ingredients. It's real East Coast style pizza, made from Italian family recipes handed down throughout the generations. Look for the money-saving coupons in the deck's yellow pages. Nicole Italia Pizza, the authentic taste of Italy, right here in Provo, at 2295 North University Parkway, next to Pudding on the Right.
Insure both your car and home with us through Auto Owners Insurance, and we'll save you money. That's right. With Auto Owners multiple policy discount, when you insure both your car, home, mobile home, or condominium, we'll save you time and money by consolidating all of your insurance needs with a no-problem company. Auto Owners Insurance.
For a free comparison, contact Western States Insurance Agency in Spanish Fork on Center Street across from City Park. Western States Insurance. Our customers are first class, just like our service. Find us in the yellow pages under insurance.
Heading to the bottom of the sixth, the Orem Owls trailing the Ogden Raptors here in Ogden, 6-1. Tried to threaten there in the top of the inning with runners at first and second before reliever Doug Brooks for Ogden came on for Josh Wall and got out of that inning for him with a strikeout on pinch hitter Doug Reinhardt, who has moved out to play left field, I believe. And now to start off the bottom of the sixth, it will be Josh Coles pitching to Ryan Rogowski. First pitch, fastball strike. Rogowski taking 0-1. You're in the bottom of inning number 6. Rogowski struck out last inning in that huge Ogden explosion where they had 5 runs. This pitch grounded weakly to Gronkowski. He'll take it on 2 hops and step on first himself. So again, just like last night, Rogowski grounded to Gronkowski at first. 3 unassisted on the putout, and 1 man out, and Justin Fuller, the shortstop, number 26 for these Ogden Raptors, standing in now with one away here in the bottom of the sixth. And Josh Coles came in last inning and gave up a walk that scored a run with the bases loaded before getting out of it, getting Parker Brooks to ground out to third base. Nice play by P.J. Phillips to end it, but the damage was already done. First pitch here to Brooks is low, 1-0. Or excuse me, to Fuller is 1-0. Second pitch coming, fastball high, 2-0. Fuller, 6'1", 175 from Juneau, Alaska, the capital of the great state of Alaska. 2-0 coming, a little bit high and outside, 3-0. Definitely don't get many players in the minors or the majors from Alaska. And he was named by Baseball America to be the top prospect in the Northwest last year before the draft. 3-0 coming, strike called, 3-1. He was taken in the 11th round of the 2006 draft here. So his second game in the minors and his first start tonight. The 3-1 pitch coming. And that missed low and away, and more control problems for the Owls pitchers. As he'll stroll down to first base. That's the sixth walk of the game for the Owls pitchers, and we are in the bottom of the sixth. One man out, Justin Fuller standing at first base, and center fielder Jeremy Brown coming up to the plate now. The right-hander struck out in the first and third innings before reaching on an error in the fifth, and this one's high and tight, almost hit it. Get it back out of the way to avoid being hit, and I don't know how many times I've said it tonight, but I promise I'm not exaggerating. These pitchers have just been a little bit out of control. And I don't want to discredit them. At the same time, there have been some great pitchers, good breaking balls and fastballs, but when they're missing, they're missing. And that pitch is in there for strike number one on Jeremy Brown. Jeremy Brown was selected in the 37th round of the 2004 first-year player draft. From Little Rock, Arkansas, played last year at the Gulf Coast League for the Dodgers. Coles checks the runner, first fires home, strike over the inside corner, and the crowd and Brown really didn't like that call. Thought that was low and in. And I won't disagree up here in the booth, but we'll take the strike. Eduardo Perez looming on deck for the Raptors. Runner leads off first. Coles checks, fires home. Here we go. Breaking ball misses. It gets away from the catcher, Bambino. Runner's going to try and advance. He does, and Bambino throws it over the head of the shortstop, Ryan Mount, into center field. But a good job of backing up the ball by Peter Bourjos, and he prevents Justin Fuller from advancing any further. So that ball was in the dirt. Bambino did a nice job of blocking it, but it squirted about 12 feet to his left. He picked it up and tried to get Fuller, who had a late jump down to second. Fuller slid head first, which probably helped him not being able to get to third on the Bourjos back up in center. So he stands at second with one away. The 2-2 pitch is grounded to third and by the diving third baseman. And this ball is going to get into left field. It's going to be a two-run double. And the Owls now trail it 7-1. Credit Brown with a good piece of hitting. A double down the left field line past the diving third baseman Doug Reinhardt. And it is now 7-1. Ogden over your Orem Owls. And if Orem doesn't get something going in these last three innings, we're going to be coming home tomorrow night with a split here in Ogden. 1-1, same two teams tomorrow night. Eduardo Perez stands in there now. Runner at second, one out. First pitch, fastball, a little bit high, 1-0. Tickets still available for tomorrow night's game, folks. You can get them at our box office at the stadium. On our website, oremowls.com, or in the Smith 6 location. Game at 7:05. Expecting that by the time that first pitch is thrown out, we'll have a sellout there at the stadium. We're going to have wonderful pregame festivities for you. A fireworks show at the end. Try to make it a memorable night. One man out. Runner leads off second. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. Runner bluffs going. Fastball too far inside. 2-0. And Bambino out to have a word with Coles. Rick Kaloa on deck as Jason Bertsey, the home plate umpire, wipes off home plate and now goes out to the mound to break up the conference between Bambino and his hurler. Number 41 for the Owls. Bambino heads back to the plate. You're listening to Orem Owlz Baseball on AM 960 KOVO Provo. As Coles glances in. Bambino's returned back to the plate. Perez gives a couple whirls of his bat, now puts it above his shoulders. The left-hander's ready to go, as is the righty. Coles, this one's knocked into center field, a base hit. The runner's going to round third and come in. There's not even going to be a play at the plate. He does slide, but didn't need to, and the score is now 8-1. Give Eduardo Perez an RBI single. And boy, oh boy, Ogden is getting back at Orem for last night. The Owls won 7-5, but Ogden helped the Owls out with 4 unearned runs. Tonight, all Ogden to this point, 8-1, and Tom Kochman has seen enough from Coles. We're going to have our 4th pitcher of the night. It's the Phone Directories Company call to the bullpen. Let the Phone Directories Company make the difference in your company. Advertise with them today. Wonderful advertising options. If you just call 866-58-GO-PDC for more info. The Phone Directories Company, great people, great folks, great results. And with that, we'll take a break. You're listening to Owlz Baseball on 960 AM, The Zone.
The athletes competing in today's game. They know in sports, like in life, you have to step up to the challenge to succeed. If you have high aspirations and want to be part of another champion team, join the United States Air Force. You'll receive training in a variety of fields and become part of an elite group of men and women dedicated to the service of this great country. Call 1-800-423-USAF or log on to airforce.com. The United States Air Force. Cross into the blue.
Already firing his first 2 pitches, and the count is even at 1-1 now on Rick Taloa. Both breaking balls. First pitch a ball, and now a strike. The new hurler is Felipe Arredondo, the right-hander from Mexico. Free agent signee in 2004. Another breaking ball misses inside, 2-1. The scenario is not a good one. Not a good one if you're an Orem Owlz fan. 8-1 here in the bottom of inning number 6. 1 out, a runner on first. The 4th pitcher of the night is Arredondo. His fastball misses outside, 3-1. Control has been the problem for these Owls, and it continues here to be a problem. 6'4", 238. The vitals on the pitcher, Felipe Arredondo, number 34, as we mentioned, from Mexico. Played the last 2 years in the Dominican League. Checks the runner at first and fires home with a 3-1. It's bounced back up the middle, a base hit. The runner Eduardo Perez will hold it second, but now the center fielder Peter Bourjos slips and drops the baseball, and it's going to give Perez a chance to go to third. So the runners are going to be at the corners. Bourjos not happy with himself at center field. Looked like he just slipped in the grass as he was picking up the ball. Eduardo Perez, looking out there, picked up on it and trotted down to third base. So now the runners are at the corners. It's going to be a single, and then an error on the center fielder Peter Bourjos. And so that gives Taloa his first hit of the night. And that'll bring in Chris Jensen, the left-handed right fielder who had a 2-run double back in last inning, the big inning for Ogden. They would go on to score another one and make it 6-1, and now 2 runs here and threatening for more in the bottom of the 6th. It's 8-1, runners on the corners. Arredondo checks the runners and fires home. Fastball high and tight, almost hit Jensen, 1-0. Michael Rivera on the on-deck circle. Arredondo, 2004 in the Dominican League, 1.1 ERA and 32 innings pitched. And in 2005, as his fastball misses high and away, 2-0. 2005, not as good as 2004, 5.03 ERA and 59 innings pitched, but they liked him good enough, said he had a good enough fastball to get him up here to Orem for this season after spending 2 years in the Dominican. His 2-0 pitch coming. This one's grounded to first. Gronkowski squabbles it. Is going to take first, let the runner come home, and now they're going to throw to second and get Taloa, who wasn't paying any attention, Taloa out at second base. So a very interesting play. The run does score. Gronkowski tagged the runner out at first and then fired to second to get Taloa, who was just jogging down there ever so slowly. So the inning does come to a close. Another run to make it 9-1 Ogden. We played 6, and you're listening to Owlz Baseball on 960 AM The Zone.
Insure both your car and home with us through Auto Owners Insurance, and we'll save you money. That's right. With Auto Owners multiple policy discount, when you insure both your car, home, mobile home, or condominium, we'll save you time and money by consolidating all of your insurance needs with a no-problem company. Auto Owners Insurance.
For a free comparison, contact Western States Insurance Agency in Spanish Fork on Center Street across from City Park. Western States Insurance. Our customers are first class, just like our service. Find us in the yellow pages under insurance.
Pioneer Radio and Sports would like to thank the following businesses who are committed to customer service.
This Owlz broadcast is brought to you in part by Western States Insurance Agency. Our customers are first class, just like our service. By the United States Air Force, crossed into the blue. By Same Day Electric, service today or you don't pay. By Nicole Italia Pizzeria, homemade Boston Italian style. And by Awesome Waterfall, complete landscaping services for 20 years.
Today, more and more people are insuring their homes with us through Auto Owners Insurance. We'll provide low-cost quality protection, claim service that is second to none. And if you insure both your home and car through Auto Owners Insurance, you'll qualify for additional premium discounts.
For a free comparison, contact Bailing Insurance Agency, located on the corner of Utah Avenue and Main Street in Payson. That's Bailing Insurance Agency, Payson's hometown agency for over 30 years.
Headed to the top of inning number 7 here with the Owls coming to bat, and the Owls struggling to say the least. 1-3-2 for the Orem Owls, the homestanding Ogden Raptors. Took care of 5 innings in inning number 5, 5 runs in inning number 5, added 3 more in the 6th to take a 9-1 advantage. And Luis Rivera, the right-handed hitter, will lead it off for the Owls here in the top of inning number 7. Doug Brooks in there for his second inning of work, and his first pitch is a breaking ball that catches the outside corner, 0-1. It will be Rivera, first baseman Gronkowski, and then Tad Brewer, if anybody should reach Ricky Bambino before heading back up to the top. The 0-1 pitch coming from Brooks, that one in there for strike number 2. Rivera didn't like it, but he's in the hole, 0-2. Doug Brooks looks into his catcher, John Martin. He gets the sign. He goes from the wind and the pitch. That one's flared into right center field, but it's going to be playable, and Jeremy Brown camps under it, makes the catch for out number 1 here in inning number 7. Probably hard to follow what I was calling there on the last play of the last inning. It was a hard hit ball to Gronkowski at first. The runners were on the corners. Gronkowski bobbled it, thought about coming home to get the runner who was chasing towards the plate. Instead, he just thought he would go for the for sure out at first. So he tagged first. The runner scored, and I'll pause for a second here for Brooks' first pitch was a fastball high. So the runner scored to make it 9-1. There was 2 outs, and then Taloa was just waltzing down to second. I don't know what if he thought there were 2 outs. Heads up play by Gronkowski to throw down to Mountain, who applied the tag to end the inning. Gronkowski grounds it to third. Eduardo Perez up, takes his time across. Out number 2. 5-3 on the putout, and the Owls still can't get anything going off these Ogden Raptors pitchers. They got 1 run, 1 earned run off of Josh Wall back in the top of the 5th to tie it 1-1 after the Raptors got 1 in the bottom of the 3rd. So things looked good there for Orem, evening the score before we got to the bottom of the 5th, where the Raptors got 5. 3 last inning, 9-1 where we stand. Doug Brooks goes from the line, and the pitch to Tad Brewer. Strike fastball called right down Broadway. Brewer grounded out to the pitcher in the third inning and got an RBI single, the only RBI of the game, back in inning number 5. And this one's a little flare up the middle, but it's going to be playable. Great play by Justin Fuller, the shortstop. It was a flare that I thought was going to get into center field. It bounced off the back of the infield dirt. The slow liner. He fielded it to his left and in one motion made a quick throw to get the speedy Brewer at first. 6-3 on the putout. 1-2-3 go the Owls. Stretch time. Not a good stretch time for the Owls fans. 9-1 Ogden. We'll be back. You're listening to Owls Baseball on 960 AM, The Zone.
In baseball, it takes a line drive straight up the middle to bring the runner home. If your car is having trouble driving a straight line or difficulty bringing you home, call Jack's Tire and Oil. They specialize in wheel alignments, balancing tires, oil changes, lube jobs, tune-ups, and more. To schedule an appointment, call 225-7207. Their 50-plus years in business means you're guaranteed old-fashioned service with a smile. That's Jack's Tire and Oil on North State Street in Orem.
Hey, Owlz fans. Dave Adams Classic Auto Repair is the premier collision repair specialist in Utah County. They have 3 locations, 1 in Lehigh, 2 in Orem. Any accident, fender bender, paint, or body work to be done, Dave Adams is the place to do it. Dave Adams is donating his car to charity. Go by any Dave Adams location or stop by the Booster Club booth at any Owlz home game before August 15th for details. Dave Adams Classic Auto Repair wishes that the Orem Owls good luck and go Owls!
And catch your favorite minor league team on the web at MILB.com, where it's fun to be a fan. Get in the game and get live scores, news, standings, schedules, tickets, and more. And suit up in team gear from the MILB Shop, the official online shop of minor league baseball. Join the millions of fans who just can't get enough of the game at MILB.com. There's nothing minor about it. It's where minor league baseball is always on.
Felipe Arredondo coming back out for the bottom of inning number 7 and firing the first pitch, a breaking ball, a strike called over the outside corner. Michael Rivera, the second baseman for the Raptors, taking there. He struck out, grounded out, and walked 0 for 2. The breaking ball 0-2. That's what Arredondo relies on. He does have a good fastball, but a good slider, good curve, and pretty solid change according to pitching coach Zeke Zimmerman. The 0-2 coming, swung on and missed. And since things aren't looking too bright for the Orem Owls, let's go ahead and call that the Jack and Jill Bowling strikeout of the game. For your chance to strike out, come to Jack and Jill Lanes in American Fork. If you can tell them what inning of which game the strikeout of the game occurred in, which it's now the 7th inning of game number 2 against these Ogden Raptors, you will receive a free game of bowling with the purchase of another valid all summer long. Jack and Jill, simply the best bowling around. And the pitch is strike number 1 to catcher John Martin here with 1 out in the bottom of the 7th. You should go to Jack and Jill Bowling, folks. I went there myself, and what a great place as the pitch comes in. Family owned and operated. Just a great staff. Fun little place. Good food. Go there for all your events. Pitch is swung and fouled back, and it's 0-2 now. Arredondo ahead on John Martin. The 0-2 coming. Another big sweeping breaking ball, but that one a little bit too far outside. 1-2. Pete Parker blips to follow. More back up at the top with Ryan Rogalski for these Ogden Raptors. John Martin grounded out in the 2nd inning. He had 2 at-bats in the 5th inning. He was one of a couple players to have 2 at-bats. He struck out and walked in inning number 5. That pitch is a little bit too far outside. Bambino had to go over and stop it from hitting or going to the backstop, and the count now even at 2-2. More action in the Orem Owls bullpen, and this is pitcher number 4, Felipe Arredondo. The 2-2 coming. Fastball missed outside, full. Owls already walked 6 on the night. We talked all along, control has been the problem. Started off with Ortega, who did pretty well. 4 in the 3rd. 2 runs, only 1 was earned. Swing and a miss, and it gets by Bambino, so he's going to have to field it and throw it down to first. He does. Fires to Gronkowski. That gets Martin, and 2 strikeouts, back-to-back strikeouts here to lead off the bottom of the 7th. So a good job by Arredondo. Good breaking ball there to get Martin. Talking about Ortega, though, only 1 of those runs was earned. 2 hits and 2 walks. And then P.J. Connolly came in and really labored over a third of an inning. 4 runs. None of them were earned. 3 hits, 2 walks, and 1 strikeout. Or excuse me, so some of them were earned. Josh Coles, and then came in and gave up 3 runs, all of which were earned, 2 hits, 2 walks, and no strikeouts. So Connolly and Coles really labored. And now Arredondo in here and doing a pretty good job here in the bottom of the 7th. 2 men out, nobody on. The first pitch almost hits Parker Brooks, 1-0. He's already been plunked once back in the 5th. That's what started that big Ogden rally. He also grounded out in the 5th. And this time he's going to ground weakly to Gronkowski, but it's foul. Takes a hop to the right and thought it was going to be fair, but it does kick foul. And it's a strike. 1-1. So he was hit by a pitch to lead off the big rally to start things, and then he actually made the last out of that inning, grounding out to B.J. Phillips. B.J. Phillips at third base. He got a single also back in inning number 3. And he is the designated hitter. He's left-handed. He stands back in. The right-handed Arredondo fires a pitch, swung on and missed. And count now at 1-2. The scoreboard says 2-1, but I believe that's incorrect. Actually, the count is 2-2, so I'm also incorrect. 2-2. Here it comes. Caught the outside corner. Strike 3 inning over. He struck out the side. A nasty breaking ball that caught the outside corner. Good pitch by Arredondo at a great inning. Boy, the Owlz and pitching coach Sig Zimmerman have to be happy to see that. Nothing doing for Ogden in inning number 7. Still 9-1. Owlz baseball, 9:60 a.m. The Zone.
When it comes to firearms, bearing arms is your right. Gun safety is your responsibility. Never fire rounds into the air for any occasion. Store your firearms out of the reach of children, and always use trigger locking devices and gun safes. A community service reminder from Sportsman's Warehouse, where they offer a complete line of quality hunting, fishing, and camping supplies. Visit them on South University Avenue in Provo, or see them online at sportsmanswarehouse.com. Sportsman's Warehouse, America's premier outfitter.
Employers and employees are looking for the same thing, a good match. Adecco Employment Services provides qualified job applicants to businesses throughout the area. Our consultants match the best candidates to the best companies, saving both time and money. So whether you're looking for a great career or a great employee, call Adecco, the world's staffing leader. Find us in your yellow pages or give us a call at 801-764-9882. Adecco Employment Services. Chances are we already have the opening or the employee you're looking for. Thinking of adding that special touch to your yard? Something that will make a dramatic statement and add countless years of enjoyment? Then contact Awesome Waterfalls. Our craftsmen specialize in high-quality recreated rockwork and landscape designs of all shapes and sizes. While we're well known for our stunning waterfalls, we also remove pools, install vinyl and chain link fencing, sell topsoil, install sprinklers, and more, providing complete landscaping services for 20 years. Find out more at awesomewaterfalls.com.
I don't practice Santeria. I ain't got no crystal ball. I had $1 million, but I'd spend it all if I could.
A new pitcher for the Ogden Raptors as we head to the 8th inning. And the Owls trailing at 9-1 here. 9-8-2 for the homestanding Ogden Raptors, who are looking to get to 1-1 on the season, and barring a great offensive explosion from Orem, they will. Orem at 1-3-2 on the evening. That only run coming back in the 5th inning on an RBI hit by second baseman Tad Brewer. The new pitcher is Miguel Sanflair, number 51 for the Ogden Raptors, a left-hander. 5'11", 186, free agent draft signed back in 2002. And he is from San Pedro, Dominican Republic. And he played at Columbus last year in the league above this for the Dodgers. Left-hander starting off the season on the Ogden roster, and he is going to face catcher Ricky Bambino for the Orem Owls. And the first pitch coming. A little bit outside, 1-0. Bambino reached on an error in the 3rd and struck out in the 5th. Gets the sign and comes with it. A little bit low, 2-0 on Bambino before we'll go back up to the top with Peter Bourjos. A good job of pitching by Doug Brooks in relief for Josh Wall. Doesn't give up any runs over 1 1/3 innings pitched. That fastball is fouled back, and it's now 2-1 on Ricky Bambino. I want to remind you, tomorrow night, 7:05 Owl Stadium. Same 2 teams in state and South Division rivals here in the Pioneer League as catcher Bambino chops it back to the mound. Good play by Sanflair who fires to first baseman Rick Taloa. And there is one out away. Bambino is retired. Call it 1-3 on the putout. We will be giving you a Riverwoods urgent care injury update all season long. And tonight we do have an injury update already pretty early on in the season. They say these two players are recovering from food poisoning, but still have them technically on the injured list or can't play list. Brooke Schenkel and Darren O'Day both got food poisoning a couple days ago and been sick, weren't here with the team yesterday. I believe they're with us today. So injury update, Riverwoods Urgent Care. Riverwoods Urgent Care open noon to midnight, 7 days a week to assist you with your urgent care needs. They do it all from coughs to colds to fractures and lacerations. If you're sick, they're quick. No appointment necessary. Visit them at 280 West River Park Drive in Provo, just north of the shops at Riverwoods, or call 229-2011. And I apologize for the pause there. I was trying to talk to the other radio guy from the Ogden Raptors to communicate to get him a roster change. So that was what the reason for the pause was, as the Owls have a new pinch hitter. But all the injury update all season long will be brought to you by Riverwoods Urgent Care. The first pitch coming is outside 1-0. And the pitcher, Miguel Sanflair, as Johnson, the pinch hitter now, and the 1-0 pitch coming to him, and that is strike number one, count even at 1-1. So Johnson, the right-handed pinch hitter, stands in there. Miguel Sanflair, the lefty, firing to him with one out here in the top of inning number 8. And that one's hit sharply into left field. A base hit in between the shortstop, Justin Fuller, and third baseman, Eduardo Perez. Number 45, Johnson, the pinch hitter for the Orem Owls, has himself a base hit with one man out here in the top of inning number 8. And thank you to Riverwoods Urgent Care for sponsoring our injury update all season long. And we hope Brooke Schenkel and Darren O'Day make a quick recovery from their food poisoning and get out on the field pretty quickly. I hear, according to head coach Tom Kochman, they are getting better. So a runner at first, one out. Shortstop Ryan Mount stands in there now. He reached on an error in the 6th, grounded out in the 4th, and popped out to right field in inning number 1. And the pitch coming. Inside, ball 1, 1-0. Behind him will be Scott Kanazik, the DH for the Orem Owls. Looking for a miracle here, down 9-1 in the top of inning number 8. Fastball coming from Sanflair. Called strike. Mount thought it was a little bit too far outside. Home plate umpire Jason Birdsey says no. Jason Birdsey behind the plate. Alex Ortiz calling on the bases tonight. As the 1-1 pitch coming in, breaking ball swung on and missed by Ryan Mount. He was looking for a fastball and was way ahead of it. Count now 1-2. I give a credit to these umpires. They've done a nice job. Did a nice job last night and tonight. They've been consistent behind the plate and in the field. And a 1-2 pitch coming. Breaking ball. Mount backed out. It's a swooped across, I guess would be the correct pronunciation. Almost caught the inside corner, but home plate umpire Birdsey says too far in, and the count even now at 2-2 on Ryan Mount. Sanflair gets the sign from his catcher and fires home, and this one's hit into left field, but right at Ryan Rogowski, who steps back and makes a catch over the shoulder. 2 away now here in top of inning number 8. A line out to left for Ryan Mount. Hard hit, but out to left, and there are 2 men away. And Tyler Johnson still standing at first base. And the Owls are going to have another pinch hitter here. And this one's going to be Ivan Villascusa, the catcher, who will step in the game here and pinch hit. He's a right-handed batter. A switch hitter, The bats from both sides from Yuma, Arizona. He's a free agent draft in 2005. A young guy born in 86. In October, number 16, he'll stand in there and bat from the right side. So a lot of changes here, and we're trying to keep up with all of them for you. But just a reminder, Orem Owls, you have your Owls merchandise. The Owls are one of the top selling merchandisers in the minor leagues for a reason. Visit the Ford store at the stadium. starting tomorrow night for the Owlz opener, or you can go online at OremOwlz.com. Buy all your Owlz merchandise. 10-player fires. This one's grounded to third. A backhand by Eduardo Perez. Fires all the way across the diamond. Wow. What a play. It was hit weakly down the third base line, but it was right on the line, hovering, hopped over the bag. So Perez had to backhand it, all his momentum going towards the third base side into the stands, and he fired all the way across the diamond and got the pinch hitter, and the inning is over. So V.A. Escusa and the Owlz are retired. They leave a runner stranded, still 9-1 after 7.5. Owlz Baseball, 9:60 a.m. The Zone.
It's time to stop the new car madness. No need to buy a new one. Take care of the car you have. Bring it to AMCO today and get a transmission fluid change for a special price of $49.95. We'll also give you our external diagnostic service free. Love the car you're with. Call 1-800-GO-AMCO.
Participating centers only, not available for vehicles with internal transmission problems. External diagnostic service includes road test, fluid, and external control check. Additional charges may apply to determine costs of internal repair required. $49.95 most vehicles. Expires December 31st.
And catch your favorite minor league team on the web at MILB.com, where it's fun to be a fan. Get in the game and get live scores, news, standings, schedules, tickets, and more. And suit up in team gear from the MILB Shop, the official online shop of minor league baseball. Join the millions of fans who just can't get enough of the game at MILB.com. There's nothing minor about it. It's where minor league baseball is always on.
When it comes to firearms, bearing arms is your right. Gun safety is your responsibility. Never fire rounds into the air for any occasion. Store your firearms out of the reach of children, and always use trigger locking devices in gun safes. A community service reminder from Sportsman's Warehouse, where they offer a complete line of quality hunting, fishing, and camping supplies. Visit them on South University Avenue in Provo, or see them online at sportsmanswarehouse.com. Sportsman's Warehouse, America's premier outfitter.
I got my first real 6-string, rolled out the 5 and dime, played it to my fingers.
Offensively and defensively here happening on both sides. We'll try and keep you abreast of all of them. One thing I do know for sure, I am this alert at least. Jacob Dixon is the new pitcher for the Orem Owlz. From Oneida, Illinois, 36th-round draft pick in 2005. He's a right-hander, and he's firing the first pitch here at the bottom of inning number 8. Called strike to Ryan Rogowski. Rogowski's been in the game the whole time. We don't have to worry about a change for him. He singled, walked, struck out, and popped out. Grounded out to the first baseman. This time he fouls it back over our heads. Out of the stadium, maybe it hit a car. I don't know. Tyler back in the studio hit us with a Glass Savers comic relief clip.
Where would Tina Turner be right now if she'd rolled over and said, "Hit me again, Ike, and put some stank on it"?
Oh, I don't know where Tina Turner would be, but this comic relief was brought to you by your friends at Glass Savers. Visit Glass Savers in Linden for all your auto glass needs. The 0-1 pitch fouled back to the screen, 0-2. That, of course, was a liar, Jim Carrey, and that was provided by Glass Savers in Linden. All season long, they'll be playing those comic relief clips for you. All your glass needs, go see them there in Linden. So Jacob Dixon, the right-handed pitcher, facing the left-handed batter. Rogowski on this one scorched down the right field line. It's going to be fair foul. It's in the Orem bullpen about 6 yards to the right of that right field line. It is foul, and 0-2, and we'll do it all over again. It's just a hard hit strike. Jacob Dixon, 6'5", 217, as I said, from Oneida, Illinois, one of the few Midwest boys on the team, along with Blake Hollow from Terre Haute, Indiana. And this one's grounded back up the box for a base hit. Good piece of hitting there on 0-2, protecting himself. Of course, you could also call it maybe a poorly located pitch there by Jacob Dixon. He left that fastball up in the zone on 0-2. And Dixon took care of it for a single up the middle. Rogowski took care of it for a single up the middle off of Dixon. I'm losing it, as have the Owlz here. 9-1. 1-4-2 for the Owlz. 9-9-2 for the homestanding Ogden Raptors, looking to get at 1-1 on the season. Fuller's first pitch is scorched down the right side, but it's foul. An acrobatic job there by hitting coach Tarek Brock of the Ogden Raptors at first base, who had to jump as that line drive went underneath him. Pretty good vertical out there. Fella jumped about 3 feet in the air. So 0-1. Dixon coming home with it. A little bit too low, says Jason Bertsey. Count even now at 1-1 with a runner on first and nobody out here in the bottom of inning number 8. Looking ahead to the top of the ninth, the last chance for the Owls. They're going to need at least 8 to extend this thing, maybe more. The 1-1 pitch coming from Dixon. That one gets by the catcher, Bambino, and down to second goes Rogowski. So Bambino did stay in the game. Thought maybe since V.A. Scusa pinch hit that they may, he didn't pinch hit, of course, for Bambino, or he would be out of the game, but I thought they may move and pull a double switch, but Bambino's still in the ball game, and V.A. Scusa records the 1 at bat, and he is out of the ball game. And the count is 2-1 on Justin Fuller, the shortstop. Reached on a fielder short in the first, sack bunt in the third, and got a big blow in the fifth. A 2-run double that the Owls have never recovered from. This one's knocked right back up the middle of base hit. Are they going to send Rogowski? No, they're going to hold it. And a great throw by Peter Bourjos in center field, and a wise move to hold him right there. The runners are on the corners, and nobody out, and they're threatening for more here in the bottom of the 8th inning in Ogden. Back-to-back singles. And Jeremy Brown, the center fielder, struck out twice, reached on an air, and also had a 2-run double. An RBI, a 1-run double back in inning number 6. He batted in the 5th and the 6th. That's when these Raptors exploded. They got a run in the 3rd to give them a 1-0 advantage. The Owls got an RBI single by Chad Brewer to equal things in the 5th. Where the Raptors got 5 in the 5th and 3 in the 6th to blow this thing open. This one sits down the left field line, but foul. Hard hit line drive by Jeremy Brown, and they're all over Jacob Dixon, hitting him hard. 5th pitcher of the game, we've had Ortega, P.J. Connolly, who struggled. Josh Cole struggled. Felipe Arredondo didn't do too bad. He actually has done probably second best for Ortega. He pitched an inning in 2/3, gave up just 2 hits and no runs. And this one's tapped to the right side, but foul. 0-2 in the hole is Jeremy Brown. Eduardo Perez works on deck. He has had 2 RBIs, 2 singles, 2 RBIs, 2 of the 9 runs to cross the plate here for the Raptors. 9 runs on 10 hits and 2 errors, and they've been helped by some pretty poor pitching on the Orem side tonight. The 0-2 pitch coming, and this one inside almost hit him 1-2. And I don't want to, again, like I said earlier, I don't want to knock these young hurlers and sound like they've done too terrible of a job, because they haven't. You have to credit the Raptors for good hitting, but Connolly and Cole did sort of struggle there with their control. The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3, got it. So down goes Brown on strikes, and there is now 1 man away here in the bottom of the 8th with the runners still on the corners. But talking to Zeke Zimmerman before the game, the pitching coach, I mean, that's what this is for. These players are all here for a reason. They're good. They were good coming out of either high school or college, wherever else they played in the minor leagues, and this is where they learn and get better and make their mistakes before moving on. The pitch now to Eduardo Perez, high fastball outside. So like I was talking to Aaron Cook last night, pitcher for the Owls, after he had kind of a bad outing in just 2/3 innings pitched last night, and I was telling him, and we were talking about it, that's part of the game, and that's going to happen. The 1-0 pitch. This one's fouled down the right side into the picnic area, 1-1. If you're a pitcher, you're going to have games like that. You can't expect to go out every time and be dominant. And Connolly and Cole struggled a bit tonight. No big deal. They've got great records behind them in their previous days, and I'm sure the next time they'll come out here, they'll be that much more focused and ready to fire for these Owls. But as of now, it looks like we're going to head them home for tomorrow's 2-game homestand with these same Raptors, even at 1 apiece in the Southern Division of the Pioneer League. The 1-1 pitch coming. Too far inside, 2-1. Speaking of that, the Idaho Falls is 1-0, as is Orem in the Southern Division. Casper and Ogden both lost last night at 0-1. Billings and Helena won last night at 1-0, and Great Falls and Missoula were the losers at 0-1. This one scorched into right field. A base hit on a rope, a line drive. It's going to bring another run in. It's going to be 10-1 now. Ogden gives Perez his 3rd RBI single of the ball game and make it 10-1, and that one coming off of Jacob Dixon, number 28 for the Owls. So all 4 teams playing within their division again tonight. go ahead and take a look at the same-day Electric Pioneer League scoreboard update. Great Falls leading Billings 5-4 in the 7th. They just got a run to take the lead. Idaho Falls trailing Casper 8-7 in the 5th inning. Casper just exploded for 4. To take that, they were trailing 7-4. And Missoula on top of Helen is 7-5. And this pitch is high and tight, and it gets by Bambino, and the runners advance to first and second. Second and third from first and second. So now runners at second and third with just one man out. And they have a chance to really bust, well, it's already busted open. They have a chance to bust it open and put more salt on the wound. So Helen, as I was saying, trailing 7-5 at home to Missoula. And that is your same-day Electric lighting up the Pioneer League scoreboard. Fastball, strike, 1-1, even on Rick Taloa, the big first baseman. Same-day Electric. The Owls are electrifying the crowd. Not tonight, unfortunately. And Same-day Electric can help you with all of your home and business electrical needs. Same-day Electric. Service today or you simply don't pay. It doesn't get any better than that, folks. The 1-1 pitch comes high and tight, 2-1. Same-day Electric. If they're not there today, if you don't get your service today, you don't pay. It's free. Call 377-SAME or visit SameDayElectric.com. Thanks again to Same-day Electric for being our scoreboard update sponsor. As Dixon looks to them, gets a sign from Bambino. Runners lead off second and third. The 2-1 coming, swing and a miss. Soloa swung at a fastball at the letters and missed. Even now at 2-2, Chris Jensen on deck, the right fielder for the Raptors. They put on one here. The single by Eduardo Perez, RBI single to make it 10-1. 10-11-2 for them. And the Owls, a little bit thinner, 1-4-2. The 2-2 coming from Dixon. This one's a breaking ball that Chaloa reaches out in front and taps behind the plate. And we'll do it again at 2-2. So on opening night with fireworks and the whole shebang, great opening day festivities here in Ogden. The Raptors went home unhappy as the Owls stole one from them 7-5. And tonight, a little bit of a different story. Pitch coming, swung on and fell back to the screen. 2-2. We'll do it all over again. You can be a member of the Night Owls or the Junior Night Owls. It's the booster club for the Orem Owls. Go to Night Owls, Night Owls with a K, K-N-I-G-H-T, Owls with a Z.org to sign up today. Just $10 per person or $35 for the entire family, no matter how many members of the family you have. And kids 4 to 13 can be a member of the Junior Night Owls. Great perks. Sign up today. The Night Owls, booster club for the Orem Owls. And Brenda Ridley doing a great job of heading up that organization for the Owls. Sign up today, folks. Great perks. 3-2 is the count now on a ball that missed, and Jacob Dixon firing the 3-2 pitch that's fouled back over our heads. And trailing 10-1, we could use some comic relief, couldn't we, Tyler? Hit us with the Glass Savers comic relief clip.
Got no food. Got no jobs. Our pets' heads are falling off.
Back-to-back Jim Carrey clips. Your friends at Glass Savers sponsoring this comic relief. Visit Glass Savers in Linden for all of your auto needs. And that was Dumb and Dumber. All you movie buffs out there. 10-1, Jacob Dixon's 3-2 pitch coming. Breaking ball missed outside. They're loaded. Rick Taloa trots down to first. That's his second walk of the game. He also had an RBI back in the 6th. And a ground out back in inning number 1. This will bring up Chris Jensen, the right fielder, who has had a big game, in the 5th inning. He had a 2-run double, 2 RBI double, and then he got another RBI in the 6th. Good for 3 RBIs for him. And this lashing of Ogden of Orem and 10-1 here. The bottom of inning number 8. So now the bases are loaded, nowhere to put them, and the first fastball coming in from Jacob Dixon is high and outside, 1-0. Michael Rivera on deck. Dixon gets a sign he likes and comes to the plate. That fastball did catch the outside corner. 1-1, Justin Fuller. 6'1", $175. This is the guy we were talking about from Juneau, Alaska. And I don't have the stats on how many players there are in the minors or majors from Alaska, but folks, they have to be few and far between. This one's hit high and deep to right field. Looking up is Luis Rivera, and that ball is over the 373 sign on the 25-foot wall. It's a grand slam home run that clears the bases, and that makes it 14-1 Ogden here in the bottom of the 8th. And the wheels have come off. Tom Kochman out to make the phone directory company's call to the bullpen. And we'll tell you about it when we get back. A grand slam by Chris Jensen, 14-1. You're listening to Owlz Baseball, 960 AM, The Zone.
Stop the new car madness. No need to buy a new one. Take care of the car you have. Bring it to AMCO today and get a transmission fluid change for a special price of $49.95. We'll also give you our external diagnostic service free. Love the car you're with. Call 1-800-GO-AMCO.
Participating centers only, not available for vehicles with internal transmission problems. External diagnostic service includes road test, fluid, and external control check. Additional charges may apply to determine costs of internal repair required. $49.95 most vehicles. Expires December 31st.
Who's that whispering in the trees? It's Tuesday to dance.
Welcome back to Ogden, Utah. Not a good night for the Orem Owls, folks. I hate to tell you if you're just joining us. The Owls have 1 run on 4 hits and 2 errors. The Ogden Raptors have gotten 12 hits and also made 2 errors, but they have 14 runs. And the Owls are turning to their 6th pitcher of the evening in Barret Browning. Barret, number 33 for the Owls. He throws left. He's 6'1", $198 from Jessup, Georgia. And he was one of the 8 Owls members that was drafted this year in 2006 in the 28th round. A strong left-hander with a live fastball and a good arm. And his first pitch is a fastball for strike number 1 in there to Michael Rivera. Rivera has struck out twice, walked, and grounded out. He is 0 for 3 with a walk on the evening. So Barret Browning's first appearance on the young season. And Zeke Zimmerman looking for him to have a good impact on the Orem squad this year. Another good live fastball that catches the corner, 0-2. And I don't think I did that grand slam home run by Chris Jensen any justice. That ball was just smoked over the 25-foot wall in right center field. The tape measure shot to give them a 14-1 lead. The 0-2, did he go? Yes, he did. He was coming inside on the breaking ball. He tried to check his swing, but he couldn't. Home plate umpire Jason Birdsey says, Michael Rivera, you went around. And that's his 3rd strikeout of the game. So Rivera, one of the dull spots tonight for Ogden as John Martin heads to the plate. Martin also struck out twice. He's 0 for 3 with a walk. And the first pitch coming from Barret Browning. Strike called, 0-1. 2 men out here in the bottom of the 8th. If Martin should reach Parker Brooks in the on-deck circle, the designated hitter for the Raptors. Barret Browning fires home, and this one's a high, lazy fly to right. Luis Rivera camps under it, battles the lights, and puts it away, and the inning comes to a close. So Barret Browning does a good job of coming in and getting Rivera and Martin, but more damage done. 5 more runs, 14-1 Ogden. Owls coming up with their last chance. 960 AM, The Zone.
Are looking for the same thing, a good match. Adeco Employment Services provides qualified job applicants to businesses throughout the area. Our consultants match the best candidates to the best companies, saving both time and money. So whether you're looking for a great career or a great employee, call Adeco, the world's staffing leader. Find us in your yellow pages or give us a call at 801-764-9882. Adeco Employment Services. Chances are we already have the opening or the employee you're looking for.
Hey fans, people are getting excited about same-day electric. Why? Same-day electric provides homeowners and businesses with straightforward pricing and a 101% satisfaction guarantee. Their skilled technicians earn the prestigious Technician Seal of Safety, certifying they are professionally trained, background checked, and drug-free. Feel safe, secure, and confident with same-day electric guaranteed. Repairs or installations, if it's electric, call 377-SAME or find out more at SameDayElectric.com. Same-day electric, service today or you don't pay.
We built this city. We built this city on rock and roll. We built this city. We built this city on rock and roll.
And we're going to the ninth inning. Well, the Owls trailing it here in Ogden. Unfortunately, it's not a good trailing either. 14-1, a 13-run lead for the Ogden Raptors. Who have taken advantage of two 5-run innings, one in the 5th and one in the 8th, a 3-run inning in the 6th, to take this 14-1 lead over Orem. It was 0-0. The first 5 frames went scoreless as starting pitcher Josh Wall and Anthony Ortega for the Owls were matching each other frame for frame. The Raptors got one in the 3rd. The Owls tied it in the top of the 5th at one apiece. And then in the bottom of the 5th, things kind of fell apart as Ogden got 5 runs. They would have 3 the next inning in the big blow. And as the Owls were down, and they kicked them while they're down with a grand slam by Chris Jensen in the bottom of last 8th inning to make it 14-1. And the Owls will lead off here with Chris Pettit in the top of the 9th to try and get something done. It will be Pettit, Reinhardt, and Rivera here in inning number 9. And new pitcher, Miguel Ramirez, in there for the Ogden Raptors. And Ramirez, first pitch fired as a fastball. Good heat, but misses low and away to Chris Pettit. Second pitch coming, swung on, and missed. Count even at 1-1. So this is their 4th pitcher of the evening. Wall went 5 2/3 and was defeated by Doug Brooks and then Miguel Sanflair. And now Miguel Ramirez, 5'11", 180, and also from the Dominican Republic. Fastball misses low and away, 2-1 on Pettit. Orem Payment Systems is a full-service provider of credit card and debit credit processing service for merchants. With a locally owned and operated office, we've been serving the Utah business community since 2002 as the Orem Payment Systems swung on and missed 2-2. Whether you are opening a new business or have been in business for years, call Orem Payment Systems at 800-906-7150 and see how they can help you save money on your credit card needs. That 2-2 pitch coming into Pettit, fouled a mile high and way out of the stadium to the left side, 2-2. Orem Payment Systems offers a one-stop shop for credit and debit cards, checks, gift cards, petroleum, and prepaid programs. 2-2 pitch was fouled a mile away. Pettit now stands back in there. And the 2-2 coming. This one grounded sharply to short. Fuller will take it on 2 hops. He'll fire across the diamond and get a speedy Pettit by a step. 1 away, and Ogden 2 outs away from evening this 2-game set here. Taking 1 for each squad before we head back to Orem tomorrow night, folks. 7:05 game time. And first pitch at 7:05, airtime at 7 o'clock here on 960 AM The Zone. And as the first pitch is fouled back by Doug Reinhardt, we will take this time to tell you that tomorrow night's game will also be simulcasted on 1280 AM The Zone, so we'll be able to be heard all the way along the Wasatch front. Hopefully a better showing for the Owls tomorrow night. The 0-1 pitch coming, fouled back to the screen. 0-2 on Doug Reinhardt, who came into the game and struck out in the 6th inning. P.J. Phillips got the start at third base. But giving Doug Reinhardt from Laguna Beach, Florida, whose sister was actually on the show Laguna Beach on MTV, the 0-2 pitch coming, and this one hit to third, and it eats up Eduardo Perez and goes over to the shortstop. Fuller, who picks it up, fires across the diamond in time and gets Doug Reinhardt. Oh, my goodness. I thought after that 8-up Eduardo Perez, there was no way that there was going to be a play for Fuller, but it bounced right to him, hot off the chest of Perez. So Fuller picks it up and fires across the Toloa and gets Reinhardt by about a step. And there are 2 outs away, and that's just how this game has gone, folks. Everything is bouncing the way of the Ogden Raptors. And the Owls' last hope is Luis Rivera. And stay tuned for a briefer version of the Dumbbells Gym postgame show, brought to you by Dumbbells Gym in Payson. First pitch coming to Rivera, swing and a miss, 0-1. You can call that last one 5-6-3. Don't get that too many times on a put out. Deflecting off Perez. Holder picked it up, fired to Taloa. 2 outs. The 0-1 pitch coming. Foul down the right side of the picnic area. 0-2. Crowd on their feet, waiting for this last strike of the ball game. And Rivera must have cracked his bat. He's going to go and get new lumber. Change a dark black bat for a clear wooden one with no outside painting on it. He's in the hole 0-2 here. 14-1 in the top of the ninth. 1-4-2 for Orem. 14-12-2 for the Ogden Raptors. And Miguel Ramirez, the closer of the Dominican Republic, trying to close the door. He pitched here in Ogden last year. This is his second inning in Northwest Utah. And this crowd's going to have to wait. A couple of them don't like it. But Rivera steps out and calls time. Should he reach, Gordy Gronkowski, big first baseman for the Owls, is on deck. Miguel Ramirez gets the sign, fires home. This one's hit high and deep to center field. Back goes Jeremy Brown. He's at the track. He's at the wall, and he's got it. So a great hit by Luis Rivera. I thought maybe we had one that was going to sneak either up or over the wall. But instead, a great play by Jeremy Brown to backpedal, feel out the wall, and make the catch, and it's just a very, very long out. And again, sums up how this ball game has gone. The Raptors win at 14-1 over the Orem Owls tonight. Stay tuned for the Dumbbells Gym postgame show. We'll be back. You're listening to 9:60 a.m. The Zone.
Insure both your car and home with us through Auto Owners Insurance, and we'll save you money. That's right. With Auto Owners multiple policy discount, when you insure both your car, home, mobile home, or condominium, we'll save you time and money by consolidating all of your insurance needs with the no-problem company. Auto Owners Insurance.
For a free comparison, contact Western States Insurance Agency in Spanish Fork on Center Street across from City Park. Western States Insurance. Our customers are first class, just like our service. Find us in the yellow pages under insurance.
Jake Friends here for Utah Community Credit Union.
Jake, what are you doing?
Well, Deb, it's UCCU's 50th anniversary, and I want to let people know we're celebrating.
But when you're home, could you tone it down a little bit?
I can't tone down the excitement for UCCU's special rate on auto and home equity loans.
I know you're excited.
Did you know that UCCU is offering a fixed-rate auto loan as low as 5.95%?
Yes, it's...
Which will bring up Haywood, who leads the league in most offensive categories, including nose hair. When this guy sneezes, he looks like a party favor.
Pretty, folks. From Ogden tonight, Ogden, Utah, the Orem Owls gets spanked by the Ogden Raptors 14-1. The final line, 1-4-2 for Orem, 14-12-2 for the Raptors. Welcome to the Dumbbells Gym postgame show. It's going to be brief tonight because it is a getaway day for the Owls. Dumbbells Gym, the cheapest workout facility in the Wasatch Front. Folks, you got to be kidding me with their prices as low as $10 a month, $10 to work out for the entire month at Dumbbells Gym. No contracts or gimmicks. Call today, 465-5633. Visit them online at dumbbellsgym.com. That's Dumbbells Gym in Payson. Locally, family-owned and operated. No big corporate gym there. So, as we were saying, 14-1 Ogden wins. Ogden took the lead in the third. The bottom of the third scratched one across before the Owls would get one in the fifth to tie it. And then in the bottom of the fifth, the wheels came off. 5 runs gave Ogden a 6-1 lead. They would then tack on 3 more in the bottom of inning number 6 to make it 9-1. And just in case that wasn't enough, a grand slam in the bottom of inning number 8 capped off a 5-run inning there to give Ogden a 14-1 lead. 14 runs, 12 hits, and 2 errors, as we mentioned, and just 1-4-2 for the Owls. So Ogden and Orem now both win one game here of this 2-game set in Ogden, and they're 1-1 each. And tomorrow night and Friday night, the same two teams head south to Orem to play. So visit us tomorrow night. 7:05 will be the first pitch. 7 o'clock we go on the air, and it will be heard not only on 960 AM, but also all along the Wasatch Front on 1280 AM, the Zone. We're very excited about that, and thanks to the Zone for allowing that to happen. And that'll also be happening 2 times later in the season where we'll be on 1280. They will have a remote out there from the ballpark for the 3 hours leading up to the show, the game for the show, and it'll be a good time. Fireworks, pregame festivities, the whole nine, the whole works, folks. So come out and visit us. There are still tickets available. You can get them online at Owlz.com, any Smith Picks location, or right there at our box office at the stadium at UVSC. And the story tonight, as we mentioned, was, obviously good hitting on the Raptors side, but also got helped out by some control problems on the Orem pitching side, which, as we mentioned, just will happen. It's very early on. These pitchers, a lot of them have had arms that have been abused late in their college or high school seasons, and they were just thrown out here just 2 days ago. That 48 hours they arrived in Orem to play baseball and make a quick turnaround. So it's understandable that some of these players are rusty. Anthony Ortega started it off 4 1/3 innings pitched and did pretty well. Only gave up 1 earned run, 2 runs total. But then when P.J. Connolly came in, Ogden Raptors bats got hot. He gave up 4 runs in just a 3rd innings pitch, and Josh Coles came in as well and gave up 3 runs, and then it went kind of continued downhill from there. Arredondo did a nice job, but Jacob Dixon gave up a couple runs, and Barret Browning then came in to close the door, but gave up a grand slam to Chris Jensen in the 8th inning, and it's 14-1 the final score. Ogden Raptors over the Orem Owls. We'll take a quick break here on the Dumbbells Gym postgame show. We'll do a quick wrap when we get back. You're listening to Owls Baseball, 960 AM, The Zone.
The United States Air Force salutes the athletes competing in today's game. They know in sports, like in life, you have to step up to the challenge to succeed. If you have high aspirations and want to be part of another champion team, join the United States Air Force. You'll receive training in a variety of fields and become part of an elite group of men and women dedicated to the service of this great country. Call 1-800-423-USAF or log on to airforce.com. The United States Air Force. Cross into the blue.
Today, more and more people are insuring their homes with us through Auto Owners Insurance. We'll provide low-cost quality protection, claim service that is second to none. And if you insure both your home and car through Auto Owners Insurance, you'll qualify for additional premium discounts.
For a free comparison, contact Bailing Insurance Agency, located on the corner of Utah Avenue and Main Street in Payson. That's Bailing Insurance Agency, Payson's hometown agency for over 30 years.
Are you planning on entertaining in your home? Do you find yourself crossing your fingers that just this once your sink will drain and your toilet won't act up? Well, uncross those fingers and call Healy Plumbing. Since 1978, we've specialized in residential and commercial drain cleaning, hot water heaters, and sewer cameras for thorough inspections. We even install water softeners. So call Healy Plumbing today at 798-3513 and watch your trouble go down the drain. Healy Plumbing, proud sponsor of your Orem Owls.
Welcome back to the Dumbbells Gym post-game show, where the Owls have lost it tonight 14-1 to the Ogden Raptors. Dumbbells Gym, in addition to being the cheapest workout facility along the Wasatch Front with as low as $10 a month, they've also launched a new website, the cheapest health and nutrition supplement website on the Internet, Vitamins for Dummies, DUMMYS, vitaminsfordummies.com. They have over 10,000 products available for online purchase and delivery. Visit them at vitaminsfordummies.com. And again, the Owls losing tonight 14-1. Anthony Ortega, the starter for the Owls, will get the loss. 4 1/3 innings pitched, gave up 2 runs and 2 hits, 2 walks. And for the starter for Ogden did a great job. Josh Wall, 5 2/3 innings pitched, 1 run, 1 earned, 3 hits, 3 walks, and 2 strikeouts. So the Owls lose it tonight, but again, we're heading home tomorrow night. Same 2 teams tomorrow and Friday night in Orem at the home of the Owls. Come out and join us for our home opener. Give you a final look at the same-day electric scoreboard for the Pioneer League before we head out. Great Falls and Billings still tied at 5. That's in inning number 7. Idaho Falls and Casper, a high-scoring game. Idaho Falls leads at 10-9. And Missoula and Helena, that game is over. Missoula has taken that one 7-5. In Helena, they got 16 hits and a couple of errors that helped them, and they win at 7-5 over at Helena. So that is it for us tonight. That's the Dumbbells Gym post-game show. Thanks to Dumbbells Gym for sponsoring us. They'll be with us all season long, all 76 games. For our sponsorship folks, we'll see you tomorrow night. Again, airtime at 7 o'clock. 7:05 is the first pitch. Come out and join us at the home of the Owls. We'll be on 960 and 1280 tomorrow night. Until then, the Owls and Ogden 1-1 and heading home. Hopefully have some more luck tomorrow night. Folks, thank you for listening. You're listening to 960 AM The Zone.
You've been listening to Orem Owls Baseball on 960 AM The Zone. The Owls would like to thank all their sponsors for their support. Be sure to tune in next time to catch more exciting Orem Owls Baseball live with Brandon Godden. Catch the Owls all season long right here on 960 AM The Zone. Pre-game starts at 7 p.m. Monday through Saturday and 4 p.m. on Sundays. For a complete game and broadcast schedule, just log on to owlsbaseball.com. Thank you and good night.